Hey Greg, a couple days ago I saw this TikTok and I knew I had to make a video about it, so go ahead and check it out.
Why sigma males are more attractive than alpha males. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Anthony Spade channel.
So I saw this TikTok and I immediately knew I have to watch this video. My first thought was, oh my god, I need to watch the rest of this video. Actually, I think my first thought about it was, there's no way this is actually the real intro to a real human being's YouTube channel. I thought maybe whoever posted this TikTok added in the wolf and the tiger onto this to make it even funnier than it already was, but nope, they are in the actual video. This is part of the actual intro to this person's YouTube channel. The video is called Why Sigma Males Are More Attractive Than Alpha Males, which is really funny because if you watch the intro, you'll see that this dude calls his army, his fan base, Sigma Nation. So he considers himself like a leader of the Sigmas, and he's making a video called Why Sigma Males Are More Attractive Than Alpha Males. He might as well have just titled the video, Why I'm So Goddamn Hot. Why I'm hotter than you. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be talking about the top 10 reasons why I'm so fucking hot. Reason number 1, because I said so. Reason number 2, because I'm hot. And reason number 3, any questions? So now I am dying to figure out why exactly Sigma males are more attractive than alpha males. But first, I'm not exactly sure if I know what a Sigma male is. Don't get me wrong, I know that they're hot. Way hotter than alphas, and way cuter than betas. But I don't know if I know what they are. I know alpha males and beta males. Alpha's defining traits are being confident and calling everyone else beta, and beta males exist for the sole purpose of being called beta by alpha males. But I feel like I need a quick course on what a Sigma male is, because I feel like I've only heard about them recently, within the past like year. That must have been when the Sigma males were invented. I think that's around when everyone was lining up outside the male store for the new male. Luckily, this dude Anthony also has a video called What's a Sigma Male, so we can learn real quick and then we can find out why they're so hot. I should mention before I get into this though that the whole like alpha and beta male thing is based on a theory about wolves and dominance that was debunked a long time ago. So these categories aren't like scientifically backed at all, as far as I can tell. It's just a fun way for guys to label themselves. I've heard some people describe it as astrology for men. So interpret that how you will.
We about to get into the Sigma Nation. So everyone see it says Sigma Male. You got all these videos you can go watch on Sigma Male. A good one to watch is right here. The one guy no girl could resist.
Okay, is that like the defining characteristic of a Sigma male, being just like the absolute hottest motherfucker around? No, it's not, because look at the other videos about Sigma males. These ones are just like 5 habits of the Sigma male, what is a Sigma male? But the one that he really wants you to watch is why girls think Sigma males are so sexy. Seems like he has a very distinct view of himself as a Sigma male.
The truth about Sigma males, that's another good one. But we're gonna go down to Google, all right? And we're gonna start off with, what's a Sigma male? So now that we know Sigma male is a real thing, all right? Let's go ahead and understand that right now before everybody come up in here.
Okay, I didn't say it wasn't. I don't know. I'm not sure why he's so defensive right off the bat. Now that kind of makes me feel like it's not a real thing. Dude, I'm part of Sigma Nation, dude. You don't have to tell me that they're real.
We have just acknowledged Google is the smartest person in the world. Google has recognized Sigma male is a real male.
Okay, weird wording.
Google is the smartest person in the world.
But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he doesn't think that Google is actually a person, a human being. This next video is like, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about why Google is actually the most attractive male on the planet. Also, I don't think you can just apply that logic to anything. That if Google has a definition of it, that means it's real. For example, I could Google who Niennub is, and Google could tell me that Niennub was a Celestin male arms dealer and smuggler who joined the Alliance to restore the Republic during the Galactic Civil War. Does that mean Niennub is real and not just a character in Star Wars? No, obviously not. Niennub only exists in Star Wars and my nightmares.
Sigma male are men who are riding off into the sunset on their horses without much more than their name and a pack on their back. They don't need things from society the way other men do. Is everyone seeing that?
Why do I get the feeling that the person who wrote this definition was 1, a Sigma male, and 2, thinks Sigma males are the absolute coolest people on the planet? In fact, why do I get the impression that this definition was written by this guy.
Is everyone seeing that?
Anyways, there you go. That's what a sigma male is. They're kind of like alpha males, but they define themselves as being like less driven by material possessions and like success in a traditional sense. They're a lot more independent. They don't need other people's approval. They don't need to be the center of attention. So they usually don't do things like wear flashy clothing, buy really expensive cars, or I don't know, make YouTube videos trying to convince you how hot they are. And now that we know what a sigma male is, we can find out why they're so beautiful.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, press the like button at the end, press the subscribe button at the end, and press the notifications button at the end.
Unusually complicated instructions for the beginning of a video. Hey guys, before we go ahead and start the video, go ahead and watch the whole video. That way, once you finish the video, we can start it. Smash the like button at the end of the video, obliterate the like button midway through the video, and come back to comment on the video 3 weeks from now. Let's get into it.
Today, we're going to be talking about why sigma males are more attractive than alpha males. Now, a lot of people didn't even know that sigma males existed until last week. A lot of guys didn't, but a lot of guys did know.
That's true, I didn't. It's almost like it's just kind of like an arbitrary collection of personality traits that people made up to make themselves sound cool.
So, we're having this debate in the manosphere about alphas and sigmas.
He's right. We are kind of, in the manosphere, we are kind of having this debate. If you're not a man like me, or if you're not like a really manly dude, and you're not really involved in like the manosphere, you probably didn't know that, but yeah, we'll have weekly town halls, and we'll just have like a casual debate about, you know, whether or not sigma males are in fact the hottest male. We'll talk about like, you know, if you had to make out with like a male, would it be a sigma and why? And why would it be a sigma? Why would it definitely be a sigma? So the first part of the video is just him kind of explaining what alphas and betas are.
No matter if you're alpha, no matter if you're sigma, you're beta, omega, delta, zelta, wherever these mindsets are, MGTOW, red pill, blue pill, it's all mindset.
He says it's all about mindset. You know, like a beta and an alpha can both be like a rich, attractive guy. It's all about mindset.
Every man can have money and still be weak. Every man can have women and still be weak.
Alphas, their one main priority, according to this guy, is that they need to dominate. They need to dominate specifically other men.
Alphas are known for lions for a reason, because lions conquer everything around them. When it comes to the beta male, the alpha conquers the beta male and uses the beta male to get ahead. This is what women are attracted to. They're not attracted to their money. They're not attracted to their looks. They're attracted to their dominant mindset.
Alpha males use beta males. They dominate them, they conquer them, and they use them. And that is like apparently their whole mindset in life is to just like conquer weak people and use them. Which, to be honest, sounds exhausting and awful. I guess I don't know enough alpha males personally, but do people really think like that? Like, are there people out there that are just constantly focused on domination? There are people that are just sitting around, I gotta make sure that I'm dominating people at all times. When I go to work today, I gotta make sure I'm dominating my coworkers. And when I go to the bar later tonight, I better be dominating my friends, dude. And I always gotta be looking over my shoulder to make sure no one's coming up from behind to dominate me. Like, why not just live your life? And sure, like, don't let people take advantage of you, obviously. You know, don't allow yourself to be dominated. I can see that. But who goes around thinking like, my coworker Brian seems like a pretty beta kind of guy. I wonder how I could dominate him and use him to my advantage.
Some alpha males thrive off the conquerorship, but then you have strong individuals, which are sigma males. Sigma males gain their power off of loneliness.
Oh my god, that sounded so sad. Are you okay, dude? I kind of see what he's saying, though. I mean, like, I'm pretty introverted and I like my alone time. Does that make me a sigma male? Does that make me hot? I don't know. I just don't really understand the point of putting labels on this stuff. Especially such broad labels. I feel like people are very different. This kind of sounds like somebody who is shy, which is perfectly fine, but someone who's insecure about how shy they are, trying to make their shyness sound cool, so they made up a cool name for it called sigma males. Like, they got called a beta one too many times, and they were like, what? No, I'm not a beta, dude. I'm a different thing. I'm a sigma. We're shy, but like in a cool way. In a dominant way. You don't want to fuck with me, dude. I will shyly and quietly dominate you. Oh, you like this? You like this domination? Do you feel dominated right now? I bet you do, you fucking beta. Oh, sorry, I got scared. You're a fucking beta bitch, dude.
If someone tells you you cannot be born an alpha, you cannot be born a Sigma. They're right. Everybody's born a beta.
Hell yeah, dude. Babies are so beta. All they do is get absolutely dominated by their parents. This dude has other cool videos like this one called How Sigma Males Act Around Low-Value Women.
To repel low-value women. Stay tuned.
See, this is why I don't like this type of shit. Because there's a very clear hierarchy in saying there are like Sigma and Alpha males, and then there's beta males. It's just kind of like giving yourself reasons to feel better than other people. And if that wasn't super obvious from the titles Alpha and Beta, I guess he goes ahead and spells it out for you a little bit better when he's talking about women. There are some women that have very little value.
Welcome to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. Next, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, who is Anthony Spade.
Wait, what? You can't, I feel like you can't just say that.
I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it.
Why would it feel like you're talking about all women if you're not talking about all women? Can't you just change how you're talking about women then to make it more specific to the women you are talking about?
Today, what we're going to do is I'm going to be explaining to you how to put off an alpha vibe to repel low-value women.
So the purpose of this video is to teach Sigma males how to put off an alpha male vibe when you're around a low-value women to try to get her to not like you so much. Because I guess in his eyes, women are so turned on by Sigma males because they're the hottest thing in the world, and all women know this, and all women think this, and by all women, of course, we mean not all women.
Even though it feels like it.
The only way to throw them off your scent is by pretending to not be a Sigma male, but to be an alpha male. Holy shit.
Sometimes I may talk pretty low about women.
Anyway, that's pretty much that whole video. He's also got a video where he's sad that an NBA player wore a dress. Wow, dude, that's interesting. Not very Sigma of you to be, like, so upset about what some other guy is wearing. That's kind of beta of you to let him dominate your mind like that. I mean, if you're a Sigma male, shouldn't you be, like, off in the woods? Making moves by yourself, dominating yourself. Okay, now here's where things get interesting. As you could probably tell by that video about how to act around low-value women, Sigma males, or at least this guy, seems to think that he's a little bit above an alpha male in the pecking order. This is a problem for alpha males because before Sigma males were invented, alpha males used to be like the top dog. And now these Sigma males come out of the woodwork saying, we're so hot, we can't be dominated, we have to pretend to be your ugly asses when low-value women come around. And honestly, it seems like this is kind of shaken the alpha male community. There's this dude named Alpha M who's pretty big on YouTube and TikTok. He does videos offering fashion, life, dating advice to dudes who want to become as alpha as him.
You've got to make sure that you're exposing a little bit of tricep. Proper way to tie your sneaks. Your age, divide it by 2, and then add 7. So if I technically was single, I'd be like, yo, you're 28? Sorry, you're too young. 29? Yes, please. This is a feminine way of sitting.
I've seen this dude's videos plenty of times before, and they've always seemed very like hacky and fake to me. A lot of times it seems like he's giving really simple solutions to complicated problems that take a lot of effort to overcome.
If you want to be more confident, walk with a nice medium pace.
Like he has a TikTok about how to make you trust people more.
Psychological trick to make other people like you more.
And his solution is to wear blue.
Wear blue.
He also has a TikTok about how to make yourself more attractive, where his solution is to wear red.
Research has shown that when a man wears the color red, something crazy happens psychologically to his sex appeal.
I wonder what he thinks about wearing purple. So yeah, all of his videos are basically just like hacks to make you more desirable to women.
One of the things that you must be able to do as a dude is change a flat tire. You might see some spicy ass senorita stranded on the side of the road and you're like, excuse me, Mrs. Spicy Senorita, can I help you change a tire? And she's gonna be like, oh my God, thank you. When you're done, let's make out in the back of my car. It could happen, but it can't happen if you don't know what to do if you got a flat tire.
Yep, that's right. If you ever want to get a girl, dude, you gotta learn how to fix a flat tire. Step 1 to fixing a flat tire? Open the hood. That's where the wheels are. Anyway, he's got a YouTube video called 15 Signs You're a Sigma Male and Is It Better Than Alpha? And I think it gives a really good glimpse into how alpha males feel about this new category of man.
Sigma? Now there's a Sigma? What the is a Sigma? What's up, gentlemen?
Yeah, I think it gives a pretty good glimpse about how they feel. What the fuck?
I'm gonna run through these 15 traits of the Sigma male. I'll let you follow along, decide whether or not it's you, or if it's not, I don't care. But what I do care about after I'm done is telling you what you need to know and what you need to do to be alpha, sigma, or even beta. Because technically nobody wants to be a beta. I'm gonna tell you what not to do in order to not be a beta.
Speak for yourself, dude. trying to get dominated. So he reads through the traits of Sigma males and seems to get confused by a few of them.
They have an ambiguous morality, which I have no idea what that even means. They have rusty social skills. Also not sure. They can fit into friend groups, but don't rely on them. They tend to have small but close friend circles. Wait, I thought you did say I didn't need a friend circle!
Sort of being like, what? How could this person exist? The person who doesn't need a bunch of friends? Someone who's kind of a loner? What? How does everyone not want to be the center of attention all the time? That doesn't make any sense.
Apparently, Sigma males don't really care about their appearance. They don't care about brand names. They don't care about what they wear. And this is something that I have an issue with. It doesn't matter how amazing you are. If you're not taking pride in your appearance, it doesn't matter how badass Sigma you are not going to have the opportunities that you need in order to be all the things that a Sigma is supposed to be.
It's really weird here. It's like it doesn't compute that someone could be like a successful, driven person without being like super interested in brand names and like hyper focused on their appearance. It's almost like he wants you to think that you can only be fulfilled in life if you follow his own fashion advice.
Wear blue. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to look good and look sexy, right? You gotta take care of your grooming, because if you're whack and you stink, people aren't gonna wanna hang out with you. No wonder you're a lone wolf.
It kind of feels like the existence of this new term Sigma males is just like crumbling his worldview in front of our eyes. Like I said, I don't really see the point in likening yourself to a wolf or a tiger or whatever you want to call it. But I also don't think that you can deny that there are like people who like to be more alone that are successful, or people that don't care about their appearance as much that are successful. I don't know, it just kind of feels like he's trying to sell you his lifestyle, and he built his whole channel around the phrase alpha male because he thought that this was like the only cool type of man, and he's now finding out that there's like a different cool type of man, and he just can't handle it.
Gentlemen, people form opinions about you in the first 3 seconds upon meeting you. And if you want to have the most opportunities you possibly can, you've got to pay attention to your style. Your clothes need to be good. Your accessories need to be straight. Gentlemen, if you want to check out the baddest ass, most affordable, amazing sunglasses out there on the market.
Okay, yep, well, I don't think it can get any more obvious than that. That whole video was like, I don't really know if Sigmas exist. I kind of think that alphas are the only cool type of male, and I'm an alpha male, and if you want to be an alpha male, you've got to buy my sunglasses.
Need to be straight.
So yeah, there you go. That's kind of the eternal battle between the Sigma and the alpha male. Let me know in the comments if you're alpha, Sigma, Ligma. And with that being said, it's now time to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is actually not that guy's sunglass company. It's Current. This video has been sponsored by Current. Thank you to Current for sponsoring this video. Current is a great sponsor for this channel because not only do they support my channel when they sponsor me, but they also support you guys by giving you money. Current is banking entirely on your phone. They're not like older traditional financial institutions that are always trying to hide information. They've got hidden fees and confusing contracts. Current is straightforward and as modern as they could be. They're upfront with all of their fees. It's simple, it's easy to use. You can do everything from right within their sleek and modern looking app. When you sign up for Current, you get a debit card just like this one. This is my Current debit card. And with Current, it's easy to like send money to friends, request money from friends, get paid, set up direct deposit, all of that. And like I said, they want to give back to you guys. So the first 100 people to sign up for Current using my code Danny100 will get $100. That's 100 people getting $100. All you have to do is go to current.com/Danny100 and use my code Danny100 to sign up for Current. Love it when Current sponsors my videos because it means that you guys get free money. So thank you to Current for sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out Current. Go ahead and sign up. Get your coin, get your free money while it lasts. Bye. Hey Greg, I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to my channel. This of course is another episode of Pumpkin Time. So it's getting pretty close to Halloween. I've released my Halloween song for the year, Spooky Ho. I've been watching a lot of fun Halloween movies, and I've also been getting a lot of suggestions from people asking if I would review certain Halloween movies. Movies like Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town, all movies that I've seen before, but one movie that I've been getting recommended a lot is one that I have never heard of before, and it's called Spookily the Square Pumpkin. A bunch of people have sent me this movie on Twitter and Instagram, and I had never heard of it before. So I watched the movie, and I don't know if I'd even say that it's like a bad movie. It's fine, it's just really weird. It's very unnecessarily brutal at times, and I also can't really make heads or tails of the moral of this movie. It has a really weird moral. The way that the characters treat each other in this movie is very bizarre, and then the way it ends just comes out of left field and really left me wondering what the moral of this movie is supposed to be. So anyway, let's take a look. Let's sit back, relax, and enjoy Spookily the square pumpkin.
Our story begins as most stories do, with something worth telling, with something that's new. This story takes place on Holiday Hill Farm, where every day is a holiday. Come on along.
Come on, Alon? Come on, Alon. Was he trying to rhyme? The first two lines rhymed, and then he said farm, and I assume he was trying to rhyme something with farm, and so instead of saying come on, or come along, he said come on, Alon, which doesn't rhyme or make sense. So I don't know why he said that. There's some shit that happens at the beginning of the movie that's not really important to the movie, doesn't really have anything to do with the plot, doesn't drive any of the plot at all. There's these two bats, and one of them is trying to eat a ladybug. He's starving. He's trying to eat some breakfast.
I hate fast food. So, let's make this as quick and painless as possible. For me.
So he's cornered this ladybug. He's about to eat the ladybug. The ladybug's like, fuck. But then his friend, or I don't know if it's his girlfriend or his wife, or maybe it's his sister. They never established what relationship these two people have, or two bats have. But she's like, hold on. Don't eat that ladybug, mister. You're giving bats a bad name. Have some granola instead.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's this kind of behavior that gives bats a bad name.
But Bella, I'm hungry.
Have some granola. Low fat, high protein, and no squirming.
So she's like trying to get this other bat to be a vegan bat, just only eat granola, I guess, instead of eating bugs, which is what bats are supposed to do. But like I said, this has literally nothing to do with the plot, because once the ladybug leaves, then like the plot actually starts. They lift up a leaf, they see something crazy, and so they fly over to the scarecrow, who I think is like in charge of the pumpkin patch.
Oh, Timmy, wait till you see what we found. It's amazing.
Boris, Bella, what is it?
Well, it's kind of a,
Don't worry, you'll see. Follow me.
So he starts walking over, and as he's walking, he trips over these two pumpkins, who I think are like conjoined twins. But instead of like tripping and falling, or like starting to trip and stopping, he just keeps walking.
Where are we going, huh, Jack?
And the two pumpkins are like yelling at him the entire time, like, yo, what are we doing? What's going on? And the scarecrow just doesn't acknowledge them at all. He just keeps walking like a fucking robot and just stares directly ahead with that 1,000-yard stare, like his mind is totally someplace else. It's actually kind of creepy how long he's walking for without realizing that he's tripping over two screaming pumpkins. Like, what could he possibly be thinking about that is distracting him from the fact that he's been tripping for the past 5 minutes? But when he finally gets over to where the bats were, he lifts up the leaf, and lo and behold, it's a square-ass pumpkin.
square whoever impossible.
Why, hello there, little fella.
And his name is Spookly.
What's your name?
Spookly?
So the whole pumpkin patch comes over and looks at this square pumpkin, and I thought they were all just gonna be like, oh, neat. That's kind of weird, a square pumpkin. But this is a children's movie. They're trying to teach a lesson, so immediately, they need to start with the conflict. So this little pumpkin, he's one of the conjoined twins, Little Tom, just immediately starts going in on Spookly, just ripping into him.
Isn't he the cutest thing?
Cute. You're not gonna let that orange brick grow here with the rest of us, are you? He's not like us. He's a freak of nature. A mistake.
He calls him a freak of nature and a mistake? Like, holy shit. I'm pretty sure Spookly's a baby, because they just found him, right? He must be a brand new pumpkin, so he's a baby. He calls him a freak of nature, a mistake, a weed.
A weed.
All pretty mean things to say to a baby. Then to make matters worse, he starts singing a whole ass song about how ugly and weird Spookly is, and the whole pumpkin patch joins in.
All the pumpkins in this patch are nice and round. We all match. But not Spookly. Look at him.
Spookly the square pumpkin.
Do you see what I mean about being unnecessarily brutal? First, this one dude is roasting this poor baby that looks different, and then like the whole town joins in a song about how weird this kid looks. Imagine like a baby being born in the hospital and having some unique feature about them that makes them look different than everyone else, and like the doctor's like, ugh, what the fuck is up with this baby, dude? This thing is a fucking freak of nature. And then like one of the nurses comes in and starts snapping. The parents start dancing, even they're in on it, and they start singing. What the fuck is up with this kid? And the whole hospital comes in to look at the ugly little baby, and they all have like a dance number that they're doing. And the baby's just sitting there like, I don't even know how to talk yet, but I still think I'm getting the sense that everyone doesn't like me.
In every patch, in every town, the pumpkins they pick are nice and round.
That's true. It happens every year. The best will get picked.
I guess you'll rot here.
I guess you'll just rot here? Holy shit! Jesus, man! You little square-ass bitch! You think anyone could ever love you? You're gonna fucking die before anyone loves you! No one will ever love you! Ugly baby! Ugly baby!
Look at Spookly, look at him. He's so odd, he won't fit in.
I can't believe the whole town joined in to sing this song. It seemed like maybe someone was gonna give poor Spookly a chance, but no. They're all racist against square pumpkins.
It's hard to fit in when you found you're a square and the world is round.
Loser!
Look, 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 look. He's so rectangular. Look, 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 look. He's so triangular.
He's so triangular? That's just not true. They said he was rectangular, and then I guess we're looking for a rhyme, and the only thing they could think of was triangular, but that's just a lie. Not only are these pumpkins racist, but they're also dumb. So the song ends, and I have to say, Spookly takes all this pretty well for being a literal infant. He just goes off into the patch and sulks for a little bit.
Staying in the patch is one thing, but there's no way, no how, and not the slightest possibility that Pointy over there is going to be allowed in the Jack Olympics.
Oh, gosh.
Little Tom goes on this whole rant about how Spookly's not a real pumpkin because he's a square, so he can't be a part of the patch, but he most definitely can't be part of the Jack Olympics. I just killed a fruit fly. The Jack Olympics are basically this competition they have every year to see who gets to be the pick of the patch on Halloween.
And the winner of the Jack Olympics is how we named the pick of the patch for Halloween.
They never really explain what that is, but I assume it's just like the pumpkin that gets put in the front for people who are coming to buy pumpkins on Halloween, like this is the pumpkin you want. So this brings up an interesting point, and I don't think that the writers really intended for people to examine the movie in this way, but do these pumpkins know what happens to pumpkins when they're bought by humans? The whole movie, they're like fawning over getting picked by a human. It seems like their sole purpose in life is to get chosen by a human. I'm just worried about the Jack Olympics is what I'm trying to say, because if the human world that we live in is the same as like the human world in this movie, then all of these pumpkins are competing in a tournament of skill and where the winner gets to get murdered. They all want to be like the best pumpkin in the patch, so a human will come along and cut off their head and
scoop out their guts.
Cut holes in their face for eyes, or actually I guess they already have eyes, so I don't know what they'll do for that. Maybe they just poke them out. Either way, it seems like a pretty gruesome fate and not a very good prize for winning a tournament. Spookly, listen dog, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but if I were you, I'd be pretty happy to be excluded from the Jack Olympics. The scariest part is I feel like the pumpkins have no idea what happens when they get picked by a human, but I feel like the Scarecrow does. Like, he's sort of the ringleader around here. It seems like he's in charge. There's no way he doesn't know what goes down when a human picks a pumpkin. He's sort of like this goofy, kind, and caring figure on the outside, but deep inside he knows he's leading these pumpkins to their death. And sure, maybe it's a kid's movie, and I'm way over analyzing it, but if you're gonna make a whole movie about personified pumpkins, people are gonna have some questions. Anyway, Spookly's back in the middle of the pumpkin patch, and he's all sad, so he starts singing his own song.
If I was round, then you'd see they wouldn't make fun of me.
And so far, the only two songs in this movie have the exact same premise. The premise being, Spookly's not round. And that's no good.
If I was round, I would be more like them and less like me. And maybe I would fit right in if I was round, if I was more like them.
He's also singing around all of these faceless pumpkins, which kind of concerns me. Like, why don't these pumpkins have faces? Are these like fetus pumpkins? Like they haven't been born yet? Like this is where Spookly came from? Or worse, are these pumpkins dead? Is Spookly singing this song about how sad he is in a field of
corpses?
Or do only some pumpkins come to life and the rest are just regular ass pumpkins? That'd be like if some babies came out when they were born and it like some just don't have faces and you're like, oh, it's just one of a regular baby. These ones are just for decoration and you put it on your mantle and you can just set it down and it just stays like that. Ugh. I don't like that I had that thought. I don't like that I came up with that. I don't like thinking about that. I don't like that at all. So if you win the Jack Olympics, on top of being pick of the patch, you also get a
candy corn crown. Did somebody say candy?
And there's this group of spiders that really want the candy corn crown, so they're like, what? Well, if we help Spookly win, then we can get the candy corn crown. So they offer to help Spookly win the Jack Olympics.
You know, Spookly, I think there's an itsy-bitsy spider inside of you.
Gross.
And we're gonna help you win that delicious, scrumptious, mouth-watering, sugar-coated crown. Aren't we, boys?
Well, let's get the Jack Olympics started.
I don't know if I can do this.
Sure you can. Come on.
Besides, you'll never know if you never try.
Aw, what a sweet moment. A little bit of motivation for Spookly. I think things are finally gonna turn around. So you can probably guess what's gonna happen now. They're gonna do the Jack Olympics, and even though everyone doubted Spookly, he's still gonna do really well at the Jack Olympics. He's gonna win, everyone's finally gonna respect him, and that'll be the end of the movie, right? Nope. Dude, he fucking loses. He sucks so bad at all the events, it's hilarious. The first event, it's a race, he gets trampled. Practically drowns in a puddle of mud. People whiz by him so fast he spins around all like a cartoon. I guess it is a cartoon, but he spins around like a cartoon. Spins around for too long, if you ask me. I thought this movie was gonna be like, just because you're different doesn't mean you can't be just as good at things as everyone else, you know? Just because you're a square pumpkin doesn't mean you can't kick the other pumpkin's ass in the Jack Olympics. You can do it if you put your mind to it, but no. The writers were just like, nah, dude, basically, if you're not normal, you're gonna fucking suck at everything. You're not gonna be able to do all the things that the other people can do. Basically what's gonna happen is you're gonna lose at everything all the time, and we're making this movie for children to introduce you to that harsh reality right away. He fails at all the other events too, bowling, which obviously you have to be a round pumpkin to do, so he doesn't even make it to the pins. This movie is brutal, dude. Spookly can barely even walk between events. He's like dragging himself along the ground. Everyone's probably like, you know, at first we didn't want you to compete because you're different and we thought that was weird, but now we just don't want you to compete because you're making everyone sad. Everyone feels really bad for you. Can you please stop because you're making everyone sad? The majority of this movie is just this poor baby getting humiliated in front of the whole town.
I think I fell on my stem.
So yeah, in case it wasn't clear, he loses. He doesn't win. This girl named Bobo wins.
The winner is Bobo with 3 points.
She won every single event. She deserved to win. And Spookly didn't finish any of the events. He didn't even, let alone place. He didn't finish any of them. The race, he didn't finish because he doesn't know how to walk. Bowling, he couldn't even make it to the pins. The other one, he just flew into the sky. He had no chance. So the competition is over, and for a second I was like, wait, is this how the movie's gonna end? Is it just gonna end with Bobo winning and Spookly is still like the town idiot? The gourds even break out into this happy song and start singing and everyone's celebrating.
Let's get this party started. Hit it, girls.
The Transylvania twist. The Transylvania twist.
But it's not the end because just then, a huge ass storm comes out of nowhere. It's this giant thunderstorm. It starts raining, wind starts blowing. Basically, it blows all of the pumpkins into a wheelbarrow and then pushes the wheelbarrow towards the edge of a cliff. Then a flaming branch falls off of a tree and pins the scarecrow down to the ground. He's about to burst into flames. It gets so intense so fast. Just moments ago, they were all doing the Transylvania twist, and now they're gonna fucking die. But guess who's not in any danger? That's right. Spookly.
Spookly realized sitting there, it's fine to be round while the weather is fair. But there are times it's better to be a square.
This scene is actually like scary and worrisome. Everyone is screaming for their lives like they're worried they're about to die. It's pretty heavy for a children's movie. They're screaming shit like, we're gonna die.
We're gonna die!
But Spookly, being the square little beast he is, manages to climb up the water tower and block some of the water so that it flows over him and onto the scarecrow and put out the fire. Not sure why the rain didn't do that. It's raining pretty hard. And then he saves the pumpkins. He blocks the wheelbarrow from going over the edge of the cliff. They all get off the wheelbarrow and they love him now.
Hi, everybody. You saved our lives, Spookly.
So that's pretty much the ending. Very interesting ending. I'm still trying to figure out what the moral of the story is. It's like, if you're not normal, if you have some weird difference about you, people aren't gonna respect you. People are gonna think you're weird, you're gonna lose at everything. And pretty much everyone's gonna hate you, unless you save everyone's life. People will only respect you if you save them from certain death, and they feel eternally indebted to you. That's the only way anyone will ever like you, if you're even the slightest bit different. Then they all do the Transylvania twist again.
The Transylvania twist, trick or treat, everybody! The Transylvania twist.
Then at the very end of the movie that night, the farmer comes out of his house, the farmer who owns the whole farm, the only human we see for the whole movie.
Well, I'll be a square pumpkin.
And he sees the square pumpkin and he's like, wow, this is beautiful. Look at this amazing square pumpkin. And he brings the square pumpkin, he puts it on his porch, and then we cut to like a little bit later and he's glowing. So I can only assume that the farmer like put a candle inside of Spookly. I don't want to look too much into it or think about how he did that, but I'm pretty sure that he put a candle in that pumpkin. And all the pumpkins look at him and they're like, wow, he's not so bad after all. And that's the end of the movie. So my big question is, did they just expect us to not realize that this is a blatant knockoff of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? But instead of reindeer, it's pumpkins. And instead of having a red nose, it's being square. The title of the movie even follows the same formula. It's like, name the weird trait, species, creature, whatever. Guys, this video was sponsored by ExpressVPN, the best VPN in the whole dang world. My favorite place to sit down and write videos, and where I wrote this video that you just watched, is at a coffee shop. I feel like it's a great place to get work done. I can get really focused and there's not a lot of distractions around me. It's not like being at home where I can play with my dog or kiss my wife. I love doing work at coffee shops, but the thing that always scares me about doing work at coffee shops is whenever I like log in to my YouTube account or my bank account or anything like that on public Wi-Fi, I'm always really worried because on public Wi-Fi you're super susceptible to getting hacked, people seeing your data, especially when you're entering in passwords and stuff like that. So that's why I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN encrypts your data, which prevents people from seeing it if you're using a public network, and ExpressVPN offers the fastest speeds compared to other VPNs. They have server locations in 94 countries. It works on pretty much any device you would use. I have it on my laptop, I have it on my phone. It's easy to use. You can connect with just one click. Watch me do it. There it goes. One click. That's all I needed. ExpressVPN is less than $7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description box. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Take back your internet privacy today with ExpressVPN. Thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. All right, well, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. We're the fastest growing army on the internet. Also, there's new Greg hoodies and a couple of other new things in my merch store, so if you want to check those out, get that. I just released a song and music video for Spooky Ho. Stream it on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen to music. Thank you, Erica Nimigan, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video where I discover my parents' portal to the ghost world and venture inside but accidentally become half ghost. Bye!
Make that ass shake like that ass is scared of me.
All these other spooky dudes can't compare to me. October 31st, bitch, you know what I'ma be. Baby, bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween.
Baby, bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween. Hoe for Halloween, hoe for Halloween. Baby, bust down, I'ma be a hoe for Halloween.
What's up, Greg? Today we are going to be watching the Disney Channel original movie Zombies, which is by far the strangest allegory for racism in America I have ever seen. It's about humans living side by side with a community of zombies, the fictional, terrifying, flesh-eating monsters. Guess which one is the minorities in this metaphor? Most Disney Channel movies start off in pretty much the exact same way. Some variation of a not so popular kid getting ready for their first day of school. There's bland pop music playing in the background. Or maybe they're getting ready for their last day of school. There's bland pop music playing in the background. But this movie was actually a really nice change of pace from that. The whole intro to this movie is actually a fun little cartoon about how 50 years ago in the town of Seabrook, a power plant exploded, turning half the town's population into zombies that started killing and eating people. Bland pop music playing in the background. No, just kidding. It's horror music. Children are dying. Luckily for our main character, Zed, a zombie, in the present day, things have changed a lot, and zombies are not as dangerous as they once were. Even though they're still walled off from the rest of the town, they have to live in the slums and wear government-issued clothes, they do no longer have the urge to murder people, and that's thanks to a device called the Z-Band.
This puppy delivers a dose of soothing electromagnetic pulses that keep us from eating brains.
So the Z-Band makes this movie a really weird zombie movie. Half the characters are zombies, but because of the Z-Band, they don't have the urge to kill people. Doesn't that just make them people with green hair? And it's probably right about now you're starting to realize how this movie is a metaphor for racism. It's just weird to make a movie about zombies where the zombies aren't even zombies. They're just like regular guys with pale skin and green hair.
We've come a long way since the outbreak, thanks to the Z-Band.
I have a lot of questions about this situation. Firstly, when was the Z-Band invented? Like, how long ago? Was it during Zed's lifetime? Is Zed the first Disney Channel original movie character to have eaten another human being? Or was that Kevin Jonas in Camp Rock? Dude was weird, I wouldn't be surprised. Zed is super excited because today is the first day that the zombies are going to be allowed to go to the human school.
Today's the first day we can attend human high school. And I get to try out for the football team.
Kind of fucked up they call it the human school because the zombies, as we just learned, are also humans. Also, the fact that they are just now being allowed to attend the human school does lend credibility to my theory that the Z-Band was just recently invented and Zed has tasted human flesh. He's especially excited to try out for the football team, so he's giving us a narration, he's really excited, he's getting ready for school.
And I get to try out for the football team.
Bland pop music playing in the background, okay. And then we meet our other main character, Addison.
Hi, I'm Addison.
Hi. So Addison lives on the other side of town, the human side of town, where everybody is normal. So normal, in fact, that everybody on this side of town hates anyone who's even a little bit different. Which means if you're a zombie, obviously they're not gonna like you, but even little differences. If you walk a little weird, they're gonna hate you. If your hair is a weird color, they're gonna hate you. But she's your classic decom popular girl. She's blonde, she's a cheerleader, she's excited for her first day of high school because she's gonna be trying out for the cheerleading team. But she has one dark secret. Actually, it's one light secret. It's that her hair is white.
I'm a totally normal teen. Well, except for this. Born with it. Doctors can't explain it.
Yeah, me too. Doctors can't explain mine either. They say it's maybe a sign that I'm super talented or special or something. I don't know.
People here hate anything that's different. If anyone outside my family found out I wore a wig, I would never be allowed to cheer.
These people need to get their priorities straight, man. There's monsters that live in your town. How do you have the time to hate on a 14-year-old with light hair? Aren't you worried about your babies getting eaten?
That's my little sister Zoe. She really wants a dog, but zombies aren't allowed to have pets. Some people still think we'll eat them.
I think that's a little justified, I think. I don't know. Don't you guys eat people? So now it's almost time for Zed and Addison's first day of school, but not before. This movie surprises you with the fact that it's a musical. You had no fucking clue, did you? So all of the songs in this movie suck ass. They are very forgettable, not catchy at all, but we do get a decent amount of lore in this first song. For example, the zombies have their own language.
He just dropped that in Zombie.
Didn't the power plant accident happen 50 years ago? When did they have time to come up with a whole language? Also, there are radical zombies like Zed's friend Eliza.
Let me introduce you to my friend Eliza.
We'll never be accepted. Zombies need to rise up. Fight the good fight. Stand for what's right.
I like this radical zombie. She's spitting facts. They do deserve to be treated better. After all, they are just people with green hair. I am kind of curious as to what she means when she says rise up.
Zombies need to rise up. Fight the good fight. Stand for what's right.
Fight the good fight. Eat the humans and all their dogs and cats and their kids. This song ends with what might be the most tasteless scene in any DCOM, as Disney harkens back to historic imagery of schools in the South desegregating for the first time. You know what I'm talking about. We've all seen the pictures in the history books where there's the oppressed group and the oppressive group on either side of a fence, and they're all singing and dancing about how this is gonna be their year. Yeah, it's a fucking crazy scene, because in case you didn't catch my sarcasm, this is not at all how desegregation went. To whitewash it like it was all just people singing and dancing with a fence in between is absolutely insane. Now, you might be thinking, gross. Valid. But you might also be thinking, hey, everyone here is dancing and smiling about how great this year is gonna be. It seems like all the humans are pretty stoked to have the zombies entering their school, right? Wrong. All the humans hate the zombies. Even the cheerleaders.
They're just going to school like us.
Like us? Those freaks are nothing like us.
The zombies have to take classes in the basement. They're not even allowed up to the actual school. And if they somehow make it up into the halls of the school, there's a zombie alarm that goes off and everyone freaks out. So I don't even understand why this scene is in the movie where everyone is so happy. All the humans are looking across the fence with hope in their eyes. Doesn't even make sense in the context of the movie. What happened between then and now?
It's my time. This is gonna be my year.
Spoiler alert, this year is not gonna be Zed's year. The first day of school is pretty much a disaster for Zed. As I said, he's not allowed up into the regular school, let alone to the football tryouts. But he ends up trying to sneak out to go to them anyway, and he gets caught.
Wait, what?
He ends up hiding in the very poorly designed zombie safe room. It's a room where you're supposed to be safe from zombies, but Zed was like, oh, zombie safe room. I'll be safe in here, hell yeah. And this is where he meets Addison for the first time.
Hello?
Hello?
So since Addison can't see Zed right now, she obviously doesn't know that he's a zombie. I will say it's still kind of a terrifying situation. Oh fuck, I was worried there was gonna be a zombie in here. Good thing it's just a faceless shadow figure. Now I don't have to be scared anymore.
My dad doesn't even think I'm gonna make the team.
What? No, sure you will. You just need someone to cheer for you. And soon, fingers crossed, he'll be like, my job.
Okay, now she's kind of flirting with the faceless shadow figure. She's like, as long as you're not a zombie, I'm cool with you. This is literally a scene out of like a horror movie. I don't know why she's so comfortable being in a room with this guy she's never met before, completely engulfed in shadows. If you were to change out the music in the scene to horror music, it would make a lot more sense.
I'm Zed. What's your name?
Addison, nice to meet you. All clear.
And just like that, a Romeo and Juliet-esque love story starts to unfold, which always begs the question, is this gonna end like Romeo and Juliet? Because if not, stop doing Romeo and Juliet ripoffs, all right? If you're not gonna go all the way and make them kill themselves or each other at the end, no more Romeo and Juliet. I want Zed to eat her at the end of this movie. Otherwise, it's no good. Not a good love story. I want him to eat her Kevin Jonas style. I assume that guy was weird in that movie. We can all agree.
My parents have always hated zombies since one bit my grandpa's ear off.
But now we'll just talk your ear off.
Okay. Hold on, I get it. I know where this movie's going. They reference the fact that her grandpa was bit but not killed by a zombie. And we all know what happens when you get bit by a zombie. You turn into a zombie. But maybe the grandpa was bit so little that he just turned part zombie. And so Addison is actually a tiny percent zombie. And that's why her hair is white, and that's why doctors can't explain it, and that's why nobody can explain it, and that's also why my hair is turning white. Nothing gets by me, man. I figured out the twist of this movie before we're even freaking 10 minutes in. Addison is immediately found by her cousin Bucky, who's the captain of the cheerleading team. He's basically like the driving force of this like whole anything different is bad in this movie. So he finds Addison in here. He's pissed because Addison was talking to a zombie, and they escort her out of there ASAP because they have some hazing to do.
Egg that zombie house, and you're both officially one of us.
What? No, we can't do that.
You look lost.
Are zombies always this harassed? I had no idea life was like this for them.
You punched him in the face. What are you talking about? Are they always this harassed? The only time you've ever come face to face with one, you got violent so fast. Also, we watched you see the fence. We all saw you stare through the fence that was keeping them away from the other students. You did the narration about the zombie apocalypse and the giant wall they put up at the beginning of the movie.
But we built a big barrier.
You fucking liar, you knew. The next day at school, there's a pep rally that the zombies are actually invited to. This pisses Bucky, the cheer captain, off big time. Bucky, again, is a major zombie phobe, so when the zombies are allowed at the pep rally, Bucky comes up with a way to embarrass them all.
Stacy, Lacey, Tracy, bust out the spirit sticks.
Bust out the spirit sticks? That's disgusting, dude. There's kids here. So apparently, even though the Z-Band works wonders on curbing the zombies' urge to eat human flesh, the one thing it doesn't fix is how terrified zombies are of fire. Is that really common zombie lore? I didn't know it was like a thing that all zombies in movies are scared of fire, but I guess they're really playing with that trope. That's that classic stereotype about zombies. So when the pep rally gets going, Bucky busts out the spirit sticks, which are basically just sparklers, and boy, does it scare the zombies.
Let everyone see them for who they really are.
Let everyone see them for who they really are? Dude, they eat people. What a crazy plan. You don't want to see who they really are, man. He gets mauled by the zombies and they start like ripping him to shreds and eating his body. Told you so. Looks like I'm right again. The fire sends Zed's friend into a fit of fucking rage, dude. He pushes over Zed, knocks him to the ground. Apparently that push makes Zed's Z-Band start to malfunction, and Zed starts turning into an actual zombie. He starts going freak mode at the pep rally. Holy shit! Oh, nice. Look at the crowd, dude. They're going wild. How is this a standing ovation moment? The zombies caused this whole thing, as far as anyone knows, and Zed helped kinda. He saved one person and likely paralyzed two others. Are we not gonna talk about those two people he killed? By my math, that's a net negative. Don't clap for that. Also, holy shit, dude, do not let this kid on the football team. If his Z-Band malfunctions that easily just by hitting the ground and he starts to turn into a zombie, do not let him play football. He's gonna eat his own team. So this scene is absolutely bonkers, and after watching it, I'm sorry, I just have to say it, and I hope you'll agree. Not only is this a bad zombie movie, it's also a terrible metaphor for racism. The best metaphor for racism that Disney could come up with is like, what if there was a group of people that we treated differently just because they look a little bit different, and also because they could snap on a dime and eat your family? That would be wrong, but we do it here in America every day. Yeah! Wait, so this coach sees Zed's insane display of athleticism and asks him to join the football team.
With a monster-like monster player like you, we could turn the football team around.
Okay, Zed, remember, at the slightest impact, your Z-Band could malfunction and you could kill people. Do not join the football team. Do not join the football team. Do not join the football team.
Who's the zombie? I'm the zombie, and this zombie's playing some ball.
No! So Zed joins the football team under the condition that as long as he keeps winning, the zombies can be integrated into the school more and more.
Once you start racking in those wins, then we'll talk about those other demands, all right?
Meaning that not only is Zed on the football team, he now gets to sit in the cafeteria.
In good faith, I will allow zombies to eat in the cafeteria.
In the next scene, Addison tries to go up to Zed to talk to him, flirt a little bit more, but she ends up getting dragged away by the other cheerleaders who lecture her about how it's not okay to be different.
I'm not different.
Your smile. Is that an overbite?
Is one leg longer than the other?
Do you wear corrective lenses?
Do you have the tallest hair anyone's ever seen? That would be embarrassing. We'd hate to find out you have an absurdly different hairstyle. We would hate to find out that sometimes when you get a good idea, you say, think, brain blast. Oh boy, the school would have a field day with that one. So Addison's not really allowed to hang out with Zed in public, which leads them to hang out in the zombie safe room where they first met, where they proceed to sing yet another forgettable, very bland song.
We're gonna be someday.
Usually I'm down for like at least one or two songs out of every Disney Channel movie that has music, but this movie has terrible music. This song is like if you mix Love is an Open Door from Frozen with a knockoff Chainsmokers song, and Yummy by Justin Bieber.
Girl, you look delicious. Oh, I mean gorgeous.
Hey Zed, that's actually not fucking funny to joke about. You have eaten people. So it's time for Zed to play in the first football game of the season. It starts off not going very well because Zed's Z-band is just in normal mode. He hasn't activated freak mode yet, but he doesn't want to lose all the new privileges that the zombies have been awarded. So he's like, shit, what can I do? So he convinces Eliza, who's kind of a computer nerd, to hack his Z-band and turn him like halfway to full zombie. And now he's ready to rock, baby.
Dumb luck.
Dumb luck? Why are they surprised that Zed would be strong and fast? Isn't that why they were afraid of zombies in the first place? That's their whole thing, is that they're scary and strong. Were they saying this in the midst of the zombie invasion too? Like somebody's kid gets eaten by a zombie and they're like, dumb luck, beginner's luck. I'd like to see you do that again. And then they do it again. He is going insanely hard though. He's punching the other players. He's not even tackling them. He just murders the opposing team. Do teams from other towns know about the zombies? Because they make it seem like it's something that only happened in Seabrook. Imagine how confused you'd be if you showed up for an away game at another school and they're like, all right, bring out the quarterback, and this fucking freak comes out and starts doing this to people. It'd be like a horror movie, dude. What the fuck is wrong with that guy? He looks sick. He broke Frank. Zed's doing so good at football now that the zombies are getting all sorts of privileges. They actually take down the fence that we saw at the beginning of the movie. Wait, who the fuck is that? Who was that? What was that guy? The guy moving the fence. One of them's a zombie because all zombies have green hair. That guy is not a zombie. Later in the movie, they're like, oh yeah, that was a troll. There's humans, there's zombies, the humans hate the zombies, and then there's trolls, and everybody fucking hates the trolls, all right? Zombies at least have some redeeming qualities. Trolls have none. Trolls actually suck ass and they stink. No justice is owed to them. Even they'll tell you that they don't deserve shit. Football season continues to go great. We get the classic things are going well montage that's in every movie ever. Oh, and then Zed invites Addison to a zombie party where there is another extremely lame song, but we do get another interesting piece of zombie lore in this song, and that is that zombies are extremely bouncy. My guy is just bouncing off the floor like it's nothing, dude. He's right, I can't do that. I can't do it like he can. Such a strange piece of lore to drop at this point in the movie.
The big problem is my parents won't let me cheer until they meet you.
Great, so I'll just win them over with my quick wit and charming smile.
They don't know you're a zombie. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry for making things difficult for you.
No, you haven't done anything wrong besides being you.
Doesn't that imply that being him is wrong?
You haven't done anything wrong besides being you.
You haven't done anything wrong, man. You know, besides, you know, the way that you are. Uh-oh, the bullies have found out that Zed is hacking his Z-band to make himself more zombie-like. Uh-oh, they're stealing Eliza's laptop. Uh-oh, they're hacking the Z-band. Sorry, does every Disney Channel character know how to hack a computer? There's always a character who definitely knows how to hack computers, but then it seems like when push comes to shove, everybody knows how to do it. It makes it a lot less impressive that, like, the nerdy computer girl knows how to do it when, like, the cheerleader can figure it out in a matter of seconds. Are there, like, computer hacking classes in every Disney Channel original movie high school? Uh-oh, they hacked all the Z-bands at the football game! The zombies are about to go full zombie! Oh no! Are we about to watch somebody get murdered? Everybody run! Oh no, here he comes. Kind of thought he was going to be a little faster than that. Sorry, so this is what everyone was scared of the entire time? I thought they were going to be like 28 Days Later zombies that can sprint, or like I Am Legend type zombies. They are so slow. Just leave. How is this even remotely scary in a world where cars exist? Just run them over. So the zombies get wrangled up, arrested. This guy electrocutes them or something. I swear to God, dude, the only thing that could make this scene worse is another bland ass song. God damn it. Dude, this is a batshit climax of the movie. This town was just terrorized by monsters. They don't know why the zombies turned on them. They just know that they're no longer safe. People's lives were flashing before their eyes, and the popular cheerleader bursts into song out of nowhere to tell everybody that her hair was slightly lighter than everyone thought. The song wasn't even about her at all. It was about standing up for the zombies. It's like she forgot what she was singing about halfway through the song. She was like, what am I standing up for again? Oh yeah, that's right. Me. Yes, that is an appropriate reaction. Thank you. The ending of this movie kind of comes out of nowhere. The cheerleading squad is performing at some kind of state or national championship, and after the zombies get out of zombie jail, some of them decide to go to the championship to try to sabotage the cheer team. But it turns out they're so bad on their own, they don't even need to be sabotaged. Okay, kind of mean. This grown adult just laughing at these kids because they're not doing well in a cheer competition.
Get off the stage, Bucky!
Okay, who is this guy? Are we supposed to know who this guy is? Why is he being so mean?
Let's go see the cheer!
Get off the stage, zombie!
Who is that? Why is he so mad? We've never seen this character before. Why are we focusing on his reaction so much? Anyways, the zombies decide, you know what? Let's be the bigger person. Let's help out the cheer team. We're gonna win over the humans by helping them perform the coolest cheer performance ever.
All right, here's the plan. We're gonna let our freak flags fly.
Dude, gross. There's kids here. Can't do that. Basically, they perform and everyone loves it. The crowd's going wild. They never show that one guy again, so maybe he's still pissed off, but everyone else likes it. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. Oh, you wanted to know why Addison's hair is white, if they ever reveal that? If my prediction was right? Yeah, they don't do that. They never explain it at all. They set it up to be some big reveal, and then they just never talk about it. At least, not in this movie. I have heard there are 3 of these movies, and they explain it, I think, in the 3rd one. So, you gotta wait a long-ass time to figure out why her hair's white. Your hair's gonna be white by the time you find out why her hair's white. Alright, well, that's the end. That's the end. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. That's what I call my followers. We're the strongest, fastest growing army on YouTube. Please do not look that up. I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video. Bye. Hey Greg, I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of 2 for the Price of Fun. Because today's video is not gonna just be covering one topic, it's gonna be covering 2 topics. There are some parts of Instagram, like Instagram comedians and stuff like that, that are worth making an entire video about just one topic. But every now and again, I just find little nuggets, like little tiny pieces, little chunks, little tiny little pieces of content that are not big enough for an entire video devoted to it. So today I decided I would take 2 of those things and use them to make one mega video. Also, real quick, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, so if you go to squarespace.com/Danny or visit the link in the description, you can get 10% off your first order. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this as much as I have, but the ads for mobile games on Instagram are just awful. Let me give you an example of one. So I don't really know what this game is, but it looks like it has something to do with numbers, but the caption is, "Are you math enough?" It's an age-old question. Are you math enough to solve this problem? In high school, I was actually pretty math, but since then, I've sort of fallen off and I've become a little bit less math, so I don't know if I'd be quite math enough for this game. Every ad on Instagram for a mobile game just looks like the most generic game that took like 2 minutes to make, and then it just has the most bizarre caption. Like this game, you pilot this little ship and you try not to get hit, and the caption is, "If you score 200, you're legally skilled." Legally skilled? Like what, you get an identification card and if any cops pull you over and they're like, "Hey, do you have any idea how fast you were driving?" You can pull it out and be like, "No, officer, I'm legally skilled. It's all right." And he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You're really good at video games. I didn't know. I'm so sorry." A lot of these games don't even seem very fun or very difficult. Like, I feel like this game I would be able to play indefinitely because it's so easy. So this game, there's a little stick man and he's holding 2 rocks, and one rock has a real word on it and one word has a word that's made up. It's just random letters put together. And you have to decide which one's the real word, and you have to tap the real word. Who wouldn't be good at this game? Like some of these words, look at the next one that comes up. It's either cup or cnp. C-N-P. Okay, cnp. Fuck! Okay, eat or A-E-T? Eat? No! And the caption is, "Do not play this at dinner." Whatever you do not play this at dinner. This game will get you so angry that you'll, I don't know, throw up? Why wouldn't you want to play this at dinner? I guess because it's rude to play games at dinner? Is that the reason? In that case, you shouldn't play any games at dinner. The caption should just say, "Hey, don't pick up your phone at dinner." Maybe this ad wasn't even promoted by the people who made the game. Like some girl promoted this on Instagram because her boyfriend's addicted to this app and won't pay attention to her at dinner. Don't play this at dinner, Jonathan. I miss you. If that's the case, whatever girl promoted this, if you're watching this, just break up with him. If he doesn't know the difference between cup and CNP, He's a loser. You can do better. I think you can pull yourself a mans who knows how to spell cup. This one's the same game as before, but it says if you score 200, you're legally allowed to leave. Maybe I wasn't supposed to see this ad and this is meant to be targeted towards like, I don't know, inmates in the US prison system or something, and on the off chance they see this, they'll download the game hoping they can get out early. Or maybe it's the same thing as the legally skilled card. Like you have a legal get out of jail free card or something. Like if you're at a restaurant and the waiter hands you the bill, you can just be like, actually, I'm legally allowed to leave, so bye. Here's another app. It's a different game, but the caption is the same. If you bounce 10 times, you're legally skilled. Why does every mobile game on Instagram have the same marketing strategy? And why is the marketing strategy the dumbest strategy I've ever seen? It's like, I don't know, can we confuse them into downloading the app? Like they're just trying to make people think, what the fuck does legally skilled mean? I gotta download this app to find out. Did one app just start doing these and they all just followed suit because they thought, oh, it must be working for this person. We should all make really bad, weird captions for our games. This one is my favorite by far though. It's some game where you collect plants or something, but the caption is, I hate my boyfriend, and I just left him when I discovered this game. There's so many questions I have. If he's your boyfriend, why do you hate him? Why didn't you break up with him? I mean, I guess you did, but why did it take this game coming along to make you leave him? And what was that conversation like? Jonathan, I'm leaving you. What? Why? This is so out of the blue. There's someone else, isn't there? Actually, yeah, there is. It's a game about collecting plants. I found it on Instagram. Also, I hate you. Now this next part of Instagram that I want to talk about is something I've talked about before. It's fun fact Instagram accounts. This is a part of Instagram that I feel like is endless fun. There's just an endless supply of facts that were made by 3-year-olds or people who don't speak English or people who just make up bullshit facts that aren't real because they want to get more likes on Instagram. Or all of the above. I've made a video about these accounts before, but I just keep finding so many that I wanted to make another video about it because they're so good. A man in Washington State found a caterpillar that looks like it has an image of a human face on its back. The internet is pretty sure it's Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, the internet is pretty sure that it is Edgar Allan Poe. Not the internet thinks the picture looks like Edgar Allan Poe. The internet is pretty sure that is Edgar Allan Poe's face on that caterpillar, or that this caterpillar is Edgar Allan Poe. In animals, only cats can see a ghost. If your cat is staring in the air, they're usually staring at a ghost. If a cat is staring off into space, like if your cat is zoned out, it's usually staring at a ghost. I mean, 9 times out of 10, when your cat's just staring, it's at a ghost. This one's called Why You Shouldn't Stand and Drink Water. We have always heard that our elders say, do not drink water in the standing position, but we often neglect and gulp water rapidly. I can't tell you how many times this has happened. I'm just trying to take a sip of water and my grandpa's like, you know, you shouldn't drink water standing up. And I'm like, get lost, old man. I gulped that water down so rapidly. But according to Ayurveda, when you stand and drink water, your nerves are in a state of tension. This creates problem, like arthritis and joint damage comes into play. This could also give rise to severe heart problems. Even now, medical science had to agree to this. Please do avoid drinking water in the standing position. It might take a few extra minutes, but it's best to sit down peacefully and then drink water. It might take a few extra minutes? How long does it take you to sit? Time to drink some water. This'll be worth it in the long run. Imagine going to a party where everybody's drinking, everybody's like standing around having a good time sipping, but every time you take a sip, you sit down. So you're like talking to a friend and you're like, hey, how's the wife and kids doing anyway? Yeah, that's great to hear. Okay, this one's kind of sweet. Father, that bank account to which you never deposit a penny, but can withdraw a whole lot amount you want anytime and anywhere. Aw, that's kind of sweet. Mother, someone who sees the best in you, even when you put her in trouble. Even when you put your mother in trouble? When do you put your mother in trouble? Yeah, I remember all those times growing up as a kid when I would get caught copying my homework from someone else and I would tell the teachers that my mom made me do it. Or just the other day when the police came into my house because they were looking for a missing child and I told them that it was locked in my mother's basement. Your mother will love you no matter how much trouble you get her in. Hell, I might fuck around and accuse my mother of treason, I don't know. Brother, a person who is there when you need him, someone who picks you up when you lose your friend forever. And sister, a shadow of your mother who knows your every inch. What? Theory of life. When flood comes, the fish eat ants. But when the water dries, the ants eat fish. Life gives chance to everyone. Just have to wait for your turn. Okay, that's great and everything, but when do I get to eat the ants? I've been waiting my turn for too goddamn long, and I want to eat those ants. If you don't like scary things, you might want to turn this off now because this next fact is pretty spooky. Today's topic: ghosts. Spirits have the ability to affect you mentally, physically, and emotionally. I like that it says it so matter-of-factly, like this is proven stuff here, guys. Everybody knows this, it's science. Spirits tend to be concentrated in places that have experienced a lot of death or birth? What? Wait, so there's like ghosts of babies that were just born but didn't die? So like where does the ghost come from? No ghost has ever been confirmed, caught, and or examined by anyone or anything. Therefore, we can't determine its actual characteristics with any amount of certainty. So what the fuck were those previous two facts? They're like, there are 3 things that we know for sure about ghosts. They have the ability to affect you mentally, physically, and emotionally. They appear in places where there's a lot of death or birth, and nobody's ever captured one or even seen one. We don't even know if they're real. We all believe that email was invented by the Americans, but that's not true. Email was invented by Shiva Ayadurai, 14-year-old Indian boy in 1978. Let us thank him for the most important invention. Ah yes, the most important invention of all time. Email. It's just like texting, but worse in every way. Thank you, Shiva Ayadurai, for the most important invention. The things that bug me the most about these accounts is that they really like sharing facts that just aren't true. Elephants are the only animal that cannot jump. What about snails? Or worms? Whales? Turtles? Here's a fun fact. Did you know a mother listening to her dead son's heartbeat inside the woman his heart was donated to? You learn something new every day. Here's another one that's definitely not true. This week, an asteroid missed Earth by the distance of 2 times closer than the moon. It could have damaged Earth more than dozens of atomic bombs, but we were able to save Earth because NASA noticed this just minutes earlier. This is just really confusing because, like, the beginning of it makes it seem like the asteroid wasn't even going to hit Earth. It says, this week, an asteroid missed Earth by the distance of 2 times closer to the moon. But then it says that we were able to save Earth because NASA noticed? Like, what does that mean? How did they save Earth if it was just passing by? And it also says that they saved Earth just by noticing the asteroid. Like, they were like, oh, whoa, look! Oh, phew. Don't worry, guys, we're fine. Now, I can tell by the pictures on this fact that it's gonna be good. It's a picture of Osama bin Laden and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. 45 minutes before any major news network had the story, action star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson broke the news of Osama bin Laden's death on his Twitter page. No one knows how he got this huge, highly sensitive information. Is Osama really dead? Was there really a person named Osama? What kind of conclusions is this jumping to? Let's assume that this is true and that, like, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson tweeted it first, and then the news from everywhere else started to roll in. Like, the president was talking about it, the CIA or FBI confirmed it. That wouldn't mean Osama's not really dead, and it certainly wouldn't mean that there was never a person named Osama. Jonathan was looking after his 5-year-old cousin in Montana. He started telling Jonathan about a creepy man who's been living in his mom and dad's bedroom. Jonathan didn't believe what this little guy said, but every night his little cousin kept telling him the same thing. So he asked that, how does he look like? To which he replied, oh, he doesn't have a face. So this one is weird because I understand what the first picture here is supposed to be. But what's the second picture? Who's that? Because the man doesn't have a face. So is this like Jonathan, the good guy in the story? Or his 5-year-old cousin? Oh, here's a fun one. Today's topic, strange rules in North Korea. So here's a couple little fun facts about quirky, weird rules in North Korea. You know, the United States has some weird rules, like in some state you can't like walk backwards while eating ice cream on a Tuesday. I wonder what they have in North Korea. If one person is found guilty of a crime and sent to a prison camp, so too will their entire family, and the subsequent 2 generations born at that camp must remain there for life. Oh, I found another format of fact accounts. They're called like myth versus truth accounts. So they'll give you a myth that's like a common misconception, and then a truth, like this one. The myth is that fish are mute, but the truth is that fish make sounds similar to the noise on a busy farm. And then the fish is yelling, me. Is that a noise on a busy farm? Oh man, I wish I was back on the farm. The sound of the cows mooing, the roosters waking you up in the morning, and the horses just yelling, me! I would think the sound of a busy farm would be like a tractor. You hold up a goldfish really close to your ear and it's just like... But sometimes these myth versus truth facts are just totally not helpful. Like this one. See, there's this myth that mice love cheese, but the truth is that cheese is not their favorite food. So it's like, okay, but what is their favorite food? Like, they don't correct you, really. They just tell you that you were wrong, but they don't tell you what their favorite food is. At least tell me one thing mice love to eat. It'd be like if you're talking to a friend and he's got a mouse problem and he's like, well, maybe I should leave some little cubes of cheese on my mouse traps to catch them. And you just being like, no, that won't work. They don't like cheese. And they're like, oh, okay, well, what should I use then? Is there something that they like more? Well, I don't fucking know. So that's all the facts that I have for today, guys. But now I have a bit of a problem. If you've been watching this channel for a long time, then you're probably a Greg. Gregs are what I call my fans. And if you are a Greg, then you know that we're the fastest growing fan base on YouTube. On the entire internet, actually. But for the longest time, I've always told you guys not to look it up. And that's honestly because I don't really trust any websites out there. Sure, there's things like Social Blade, which give you like accurate data on how fast certain channels are growing. And it even gives you a list of all the fastest growing channels on YouTube, but I kind of think they've been paid off. So for the longest time, I've really been worried about people Googling, is Greg the fastest growing army? But today, that's all about to change, because this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Now, you guys probably know all about Squarespace already. It's the best place to go when you're looking to design a professional looking website. They have beautiful designer templates, so pretty much any site you could possibly make on their platform will look amazing without really having to do much work. It's an all-in-one platform, so you can get your domain, you can design the website, you can even set up online stores on there. They have great 24/7 customer service, and I've actually used them before a few times myself. And since Squarespace is giving all my Gregs 10% off on their first order using squarespace.com/Danny, I was thinking this is the perfect opportunity to finally make a website that's not biased. We can finally make a website that depicts us for what we are, the fastest growing army on the internet. Squarespace is so easy to use that you can set up a website in minutes. So that's why I need your help. There's a lot of talented Gregs out there, and I would really appreciate the help if you wanted to create a website depicting Greg for what we really are. So if you want to help out Greg, I think making a website that says we're the fastest growing army would be a great place to start. I just picture a day where when you Google, is Greg the fastest growing army, it just comes up with a list of unbiased websites created by my own fans that says that my fans are the fastest growing army. I mean, what's more unbiased than that? So go to squarespace.com/Danny to get 10% off your first order, and if you do happen to make a website, please send it to me. I would love it. Guys, we all know companies love their mascots. You got the Trix Bunny, you got Flo from Progressive, you got the Cat in a Hat, who's the mascot for books, I think. He's the mascot for every book. He's on every kid's book. I don't know if you knew that. But sometimes a company tries out a mascot that just doesn't work out because it's just too off-putting and it makes people actively want to avoid that brand. And that is what we are looking at today. Starting with the Tooheys tongue. And I guess Tooheys is a beer, I think?
Why the would you make me say that cheesy to her?
Okay, yeah. No, that's horrifying. Yeah, I think that's the grossest mascot I've ever seen, hands down immediately. I mean, on his own, I guess he's not that bad. I don't really understand why they tried to give him arms and legs, but also didn't. They just ended up being fleshy little nubs. What I really don't like is that he leaves his host without any kind of jaw or mouth. That's disgusting. Actually, this guy looks like he would be in some kind of anti-drug ad. Because now all I can think is, like, if I drink too much Tooheys, this is what I'm gonna look like. I'm gonna look like Voldemort, but instead of no nose, he's no mouth.
You make me do things. Bad things. I can't forget. Mike, I need something back.
I taste that sticky syrup on my lips.
Thank you.
So the premise of the commercial is your mouth has been through so many bad experiences living on your face, you might as well repay it with a beer. Except, I hate that disgusting little thing that hopped off of his face. I don't want anything to do with it. I especially don't want to repay it. I want to throw that thing out the window. This commercial didn't make me want to buy a beer. It made me want to kill that thing. When was this ad from? The video was posted in 2013, so it's about 12 years ago. And the video has 2 comments. One is "this is awesome" and the other is "what the fuck." So people are very polarized by the mouth. This might work as a cartoon. The fact that they went so realistic with it is, I think, what made it so gross. But I'll give him this. Watching this commercial makes me feel like I already drank too many Tooheys because I'm about to throw up. Okay, this next mascot is the Smith's Chips Gobbledoc ad. This is some kind of creature named Gobbledoc.
This is a gobbledoc. He comes from Doc, the potato planet, and lives solely on fresh potato crisps. Crisps with real potato taste. He warned, gobbledocs love Smiths, especially the new packs with a special seal of freshness that keeps Smiths even fresher and tastier.
So he comes from a planet made out of potato. It is just one giant potato. And he comes to Earth to eat potato chips. I just feel like they should have those there. That'd be like if Jeff Bezos was like, the mission of Blue Origin is to go to other planets where they have dirt. We need dirt, and the only place we can get it is Pluto. And don't get me wrong, I am glad that he's at least not as disgusting to look at as the tongue thing. He has kind of a gooby quality about him, actually.
From now on, best lock up your Smiths. In case of gobbledocs.
Oh, so you better lock up your Smith's chips so that Gobbledoc can't get them. If by buying Smith's chips, I am risking a Gobbledoc breaking into my house, I'm never buying those chips, I gotta be honest. He can have them all. I don't even think I've ever had Smith's chips, but they can't be worth that thing showing up to my house. And what's he gonna do if I get in the way of him trying to get his chips? Is he gonna kill me? Best not to get in the way of a Gobbledoc who wants his yummy Smith chips, because he's been known to
peel the skin off of his enemies and eat them too.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. He can keep the chips. Guys, real quick, I want to take a break from the video to talk about today's sponsor, SeatGeek. Guys, I love going to concerts this year. I've already been to 2 big concerts. I went to Post Malone and The Weeknd, both in May. Fantastic shows. And when you're going to a big show like that, it's really important that you find the best deal possible. Because tickets, you know, they can get up there. And there's people out there that want to swindle you and make you pay more than you need to for tickets. Which is why I want to give a huge shout out to SeatGeek and thank them for sponsoring this video. With more than 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There's over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek. You got concerts, sporting events, festivals, and more. Right now, you can get tickets to Kendrick Lamar, Dua Lipa, Hozier. So, you know, take me to church? How about take me to the freaking concert, alright? How about take me to the freaking concert for once, huh? You got concerts, you got something called the Windy City Smokeout. I don't know what that is, it sounds cool. Oh shoot, Tyler the Creator's also coming to Chicago in June. And all these little dots show you what's a good deal and what's not. So all the green dots are good deals and the orange and red dots are not, okay? Don't ever sit over here. So there's so many things to see and, oh, still zoomed in. I'm just gonna leave it like this for the rest of the ad. Every ticket on SeatGeek is backed by their buyer guarantees. And you know what, guys? I got a coupon code for you. You can use my code Danny10 for 10% off your next set of tickets on SeatGeek. That's 10% off tickets with my promo code Danny10. Do you like how zoomed in this is? I feel like it's kind of cool. Make sure you use the link in the description to download the app and automatically have my promo code Danny10 added to your account. Thanks to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out SeatGeek. Oh, there's a Wikipedia article for Gobbledoc. The Gobbledoc is a fictitious, thank God, television character used to promote the Smith Snack Food Company brand potato chips in Australia. The light brown alien from Doc the Potato Planet, the Gobbledoc was known for its multicolored mohawk hairstyle. And here's the only clear image they could find of a Gobbledoc for the commercial. He's just thinking, that looks like a
tasty bag of potato chips that guy's enjoying. It'd be a shame
if someone came along and turned all of his bones to dust with his bare fists just to get a bite of those potato chips. I don't get why a lot of food companies make their mascot some kind of insane animal that is crazed to get the food. Like, isn't the Cookie Crisp wolf? He was like a wolf that went crazy when he saw Cookie Crisps, right? Like, that doesn't make me want to eat Cookie Crisp. That feels like a threat, actually. That feels like the makers of Cookie Crisps being like, don't buy any of our fucking Cookie Crisps or we're gonna kill you with it. We're gonna come and kill you. We made it because we want it. We don't know how it keeps ending up in grocery stores. All right, Nike's short-lived superhero mascot Swoosh Man from 1997. Is that real? I was about 3 when Swoosh Man came out. I think I would have thought he was sick, honestly. I would like an image of his shoes to make sure he is actually wearing Nike shoes, because right now, I mean, he's not actually wearing any Nike apparel. He's just the swoosh man. Like, he should at least be wearing a Nike t-shirt or something. So I feel like I've never seen a single commercial with this guy in it. What happened to him? Nike superhero costume for live action public appearance for the Nike Sports Entertainment Division. Oh, okay, so here he is dunking at some kind of basketball game. Was he like the halftime performer at basketball games? Yo! Okay, love that they gave him 2 big round butt cheeks. And is he wearing Nike shoes? Oh, okay, he might be. Yeah, he is. He totally is wearing some cool Nike shoes. All right. Swoosh Man, a Silver Surfer and Doctor Who Cyberman type character, was born, and the suit was designed by Jose Fernandez. When they say born, by the way, they do mean that literally. They had to create this embryo in a lab. The sperm cell actually looked like a tiny Nike swoosh. The brains behind the costume in the Batman Forever film. Wait, is that the one where Batman had nipples? It's the one where Batman and Robin both had big pointy nipples. It is. And does Swoosh Man have big pointy nipples? No, he doesn't. He just has a big pointy penis. The alien-like attire, which has a large red Nike swoosh on the chest, is rumored to have cost $125,000, and there were only 2 made. There were only 2 made, but eventually they did start multiplying, and by the time they killed them all, there were about 1,800 of them roaming around. Nike have had a whole host of the world's most decorated and famous athletes signed to their brand, but you might not know that the American sportswear giants Nike have had, Jesus Christ. I feel like at that rate, you should just keep me fucking up the line. All right, Nike have had a whole, you pretty much get, they had a superhero. I don't need to read that line. Now it's time for something much scarier. The Sugar Rice Crinkles commercial.
Breakfast! I'm hungry! Take it from Crinkles. That's me. The best breakfast under the big top is Post Sugar Rice Crinkles. So crinkly, so delicious, so different. Each grain of rice in Sugar Rice Crinkles is crinkled with honey and sugar.
You know, when I was a kid, there were other kids in my grade that would be scared of like mascot costumes and clowns. And I was always like, I don't understand why other kids would be scared of a clown. And now as an adult, I'm kind of like, I don't know why anybody would not be scared of a clown. What even are clowns? Like, what are you supposed to be?
Take it from Crinkles. That's me.
Yeah, you know it's not good when he's like, take it from me, and then has to explain who he is. Take it from me, a man you've always known and trusted. By the way, my name's Crinkles. Nice to meet you, man.
It's so good, I crinkle every time I eat it.
That sounds terrifying. I don't want to see that at all. Takes a bite and just shrivels up into a husk of a man. All the moisture leaves his body. I crinkle. Ooh, it is so painful. Ah!
No matter what other rice cereal you've ever tried, you'll love Post Sugar Rice Crinkles best of all.
You're going to love this cereal. Too bad you can't have any because I love it the most. And if you try to buy some, I'm going to kill your parents.
Honey and sugar make it different and wonderful. A circus of fun to eat. So you crinkle on down to the store for Post Sugar Rice Crinkles.
Now, I don't necessarily hold it against them that this guy is so creepy because all of like the scary clown lore probably came out after this commercial. You know, like It and everything that made clowns scary probably came out after this. I still don't understand what clowns are. Like, even if I was back then, I'd probably be like, what the fuck is this guy? Who? I don't get it. I think back then, whenever this commercial came out, it was just like before they had invented cuteness. They didn't have cute things back then or like good looking things, so they just had this guy. Back then, the closest they could do to cute was like the uncanny valley of cuteness, where you try to make something cute and sweet, but you end up falling in this weird gray area, literally, because the commercial's in black and white, where you just have this disheveled looking caricature of nobody. And they were like, kids are gonna love this guy. He looks like nothing they've ever seen before and has a mildly threatening aura. Izzy, the 1996 Atlanta Olympics mascot, was absolutely cursed. The Olympics had a mascot? Has that always been a thing? Do every Olympics have a mascot?
You know, you're probably wondering who that is. What is it? Exactly right. What is it?
I like that even the announcers are like, what is that? What is that on the screen? It didn't plan for that at all.
Believe it or not, what is it?
It looks like actually even the animators couldn't decide what it was. At first they were like, it's a little blue tadpole. And then they were like, no, it's a little blue tadpole with rings. And don't forget its arms, which we always wanted it to have. I think they're coming up with it in real time. And then they were like, nah, fuck it, man, it's Earth. Now he's really on the dance floor.
They had in the years to come. They wanted something different. They had 1,000 suggestions. I wonder what the others were.
Are the announcers ripping him to shreds too? They were like, I bet they had 1,000 ideas and this is what they came up with. I wonder what the other ideas were. It cuts to the guy who designed this sitting in the audience in the stadium and he's just laughing hysterically. He's like, I can't believe they did. I just submitted that one as a joke. I had a plush of Izzy when I was a kid. He looked weird, but I liked him. My dad was the first person to animate Izzy. My family was living in a motel during this Olympics and I watched every second. Izzy was a good friend. Wow, lots of very personal experiences with Izzy. Izzy was short-lived, but he touched a lot of lives, that horrid thing. Just want you all to know about Crazy Crab. In 1984, the San Francisco Giants made an anti-mascot to parody the mascot craze in baseball. They encouraged fans to boo, ran an ad of the manager of the ball club attempting to beat the shit out of the mascot. What? Wait, I love this. This is hilarious. I like that. I feel like that would really bring together the crowd too, because, you know, you could have the, Giants fans and then let's say the Yankees are in town. There's tension between the two different fandoms. But if there's one thing they can all agree on, it's fuck the Crazy Crab. Every ball game, they have to get a new actor to play the Crazy Crab because he ends up getting killed by somebody. So an anti-mascot is when you make something ugly that is meant to be booed. It's crazy that all the other companies so far have unintentionally been making those.
Trust me, they'll love it. All those fans in Giants land love that Crazy Crab. Ooh, love that Crazy Crab.
When we asked Giants fans what kind of mascot they'd like, 63% said they didn't like mascots. Which once again proves that Giants fans are different.
This commercial for the Giants is like, our fans are kind of assholes, actually. Come watch a Giants game, you assholes. Every ticket to a Giants game also gets you 1 stone you're allowed to hurl at the Crazy Crab. He was meant as an anti-mascot satirizing on the mascot craze that was going on at the time. Fans were encouraged to boo the mascot, played by actor Wayne Doba. This encouragement may have worked too well as Giants fans regularly threw various dangerous objects at Crazy Crab, including beer bottles and batteries. People couldn't keep their hands off of this guy. Just the sight of him alone made people go crazy. Doba sued the San Diego Padres after 2 of their players tackled him, causing injuries. Players? Tried to hurt him? They designed a character that has the supernatural ability to get under people's skin. Just a shameful being. The mascot only lasted 1 year, thank God, and the Giants would not have another mascot until Lucille in 1996, who was unfortunately shot on his first day. That's crazy. I actually think it's a hilarious idea, but in hindsight, yes, it was very dangerous to introduce a character onto the field and be like, everybody, let's kill this thing! All right, Twinkle the Kid, 1960s commercial.
It's Twinkie the Kid. Wow!
Howdy, partners! Come on to Hostess Twinkie Town for some golden sponge cake Twinkies.
Watch out! They're stealing the Hostess Twinkie!
Watch this.
So he is a Twinkie, and he's stopping people from stealing other Twinkies. So he's essentially stopping his equivalent of like human trafficking from happening to his kind, which is noble.
Here's your reward.
Thanks!
Oh, but then the kids get a reward of Twinkies, and they start eating the Twinkies, which has got to be horrifying to Twinkie the Kid, right?
Creamy filling!
Yep.
Why do you want people to eat Twinkies, man? You are one. All right, kids, you know what time it is, right? It's time to kill and eat me.
Creamy filling!
Yep. Creamy filling. He's like, yep, that's my blood.
Yep.
All right, well, I think that's a pretty solid spot to end on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, back with another episode of Viners Turned YouTubers, the show where we look at people who used to be on Vine and then they turned into YouTubers. It's a pretty self-explanatory title, so I don't know why you guys wanted me to explain it. So if you used Vine a lot, you remember the Dobre twins. I think they went by Twinbots on Vine, and then maybe later they changed their name to Dobre twins. They were really popular on Vine for dancing, doing these crazy dance moves in grocery stores. It was a very strange genre of Vine. I think they made one dancing video in a grocery store, and it did well because people were like, huh, that's an interesting place to dance. And then they just kept doing it over and over and over. And then Vine died, and then they made a Musical.ly account and started doing it there over and over and over. And you know what? It got old after the very first time they did it. But they just kept doing it. And now it looks like they've got a YouTube channel. I just recently found it because they were on the trending page the other day with this video called Is It Real or Is It Chocolate? And it's on their account called Dobre Brothers, and to my surprise, I clicked on it and they have other brothers. It's not just them. There's two other guys here, and they're not twins, so I don't know where these guys came from. But I had like almost completely forgotten about them until I saw this video of them. Now, after watching some of their videos, the Dobre twins or the Dobre brothers, I should say, seem to be the epitome of knowing the formula that gets you views on YouTube and executing that formula perfectly on paper, but in reality, they just have like no personality, almost to the point where it seems like they don't really want to be on camera most of the time. Like, they're not excited about anything. They just sort of are there because they're making money, and they really could take it or leave it as far as like being an entertainer goes, or making people laugh, or even being interesting whatsoever. They're just sort of phoning it in on that aspect of being a YouTuber, but the money and views they definitely like. So this is the video, Is It Real or Is It Chocolate? They basically just have these tools in front of them. Well, first, actually, they started off with this ad read that's very, very half-assed.
What's up, Dobre Army? Dobre Brothers back here for another vlog. Today, we're gonna do something really fun and interesting. But before we get started,
you know a video is gonna be fun and interesting when the person starts off the video by saying, this video is going to be fun and interesting. You can trust these guys. Look at how fun and interesting they look.
But before we get started, I have some really cool news for you guys.
Let's do it.
There's this app that pays you virtual tokens just for the fact that you are living. And this app is called Nimsys.
Thanks to Nimsys for sponsoring this video.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this is the most stylish app out there. You guys gotta check it out.
Wow, these guys seem really into this product. The people who made this app are definitely getting their money's worth advertising with the Dobre twins.
You can see the people around you or travel anywhere around the planet to see what's going on.
Okay, he tried to seem interested for a second, so that was at least nice.
The app is still in development, and the developers promise a lot of cool things to come.
Oh, jeez. You see what I mean about them just seeming bored out of their mind? Like, I get this is an ad read. Doing ads, I guess, isn't the most fun thing in the world, but you have to at least try to make it seem interesting. Don't just like, so there's this app, and it's gonna give you money and download it so that I can have money.
During your registration, be sure to enter our promo code Dobre and subscribe to our profile. You will get bonus nims from us, about 1,440 of them, and we'll get bonus nims from you as well.
Yeah, give me those bonus nims. I want those bonus nims, baby. Okay, but anyway, back to the challenge. Basically, they have all these tools in front of them, and some of them are made out of chocolate, and some of them are made out of metal. I bet you'll never be able to guess which ones are metal and which ones are chocolate. Some of the things on the table look real, like that wrench is probably chocolate, but it kind of looks like metal. But things like that mallet, like that's definitely chocolate. And that's just based off vision. Like if they can pick these up and like smell them or even just feel them, like chocolate doesn't feel like metal. The second you pick it up, you know it's chocolate. So how is this a challenge?
Some of them are chocolate. That's right, chocolate. You can eat it, smell it, taste it, and hear it, I guess if you bang your head. So that's the point. It's all a game. Look at the first one.
Get a zoom up on this. Like,
let me get a zoom
is that chocolate or real?
No, this is definitely real, bro. It's
right,
twisting.
That's definitely real, because it's twisting, and chocolate can't twist. That's one of the many properties of chocolate. It's a scientific property of chocolate. It does not twist.
Are you ready?
One bite.
It's chocolate.
Oh!
That's good. Yeah, that's actually real.
What the heck? How is this chocolate? Alright.
So anyway, do you see how bored they look by this challenge? It's almost kind of insulting because it's like, I feel like I'm making them do this and they don't want to do it. Like, I feel like as the viewer, they're like, all right, we're just doing this for you guys because you're gonna find this entertaining, but I don't really give a shit about this. So anyway, we're just gonna half-ass this and make it seem like it's your fault that we're doing this. So I looked at their channel a little bit and I found this video, Scary Clowns Stole My Twin Brother. They uploaded this yesterday, and this totally shows off the Dobre brothers' spirit when making a video. The total, like, I just don't care. I just want to hit the formula to making a YouTube video, and at the actual execution of it, I literally could not give a shit. It's called Scary Clowns Stole My Twin Brother. I think the right word's kidnapped? I don't know. Stealing a person just sounds weird, but whatever. These scary clown videos have been around for a long time, and they're all fake. I've done a video about a different one before, but this one is funny because they really didn't even try to make it seem real. So I legitimately can't tell if this is like a sketch or not, but it's all framed as if it's a vlog. So I feel like their fans are supposed to believe this, and it seems like a lot of them do. Just as a warning, if there's any jump cuts in this, like the scene cuts a little bit in the middle, that's me adding it in. This video is very slow paced, and I'm worried that I'll lose viewers if I show the entire thing. So I'm going to try to speed up the pacing of this, but just know that in all of the spaces where I've cut things out, it just plays out just very long and drawn out, and there's no real cuts for the majority of this video.
Look, there's a camera. I can't reach it. I can't reach it. Oh, you need to reach that. I'm not tall enough. Enough time. Is the camera on?
Okay, so these three clowns, they break into the Dobre house through the window, and then they come over, there's someone sleeping on this beanbag, and then they find this camera, and it seems like it's a security camera that's recording at night, or at least you think it's a security camera until they look at it and they're like, hey, it's a camera, and then they pick it up and take it down and start filming each other with it. So I guess it's not a security camera, it's just a regular ass camera that was filming their friend sleeping on a beanbag and that window for some reason.
Stay there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay right there. Whoa.
Okay, you can tell right off the bat that this dude is scared shitless. Just look at his expression when he sees these clowns. He is terrified. Either that or he's a great actor, because I can't tell if this is for real or not.
Yeah. Who are you?
Who are you?
Back up.
Stay put. What's your name?
My name's Steve.
Steve?
Yeah.
With that hair, I'd call you Weave.
I'm not laughing at the joke. I'm laughing at this dude, Steve, who also laughed at the joke. For all he knows, he's waking up. There's clowns right in front of him. They could be about to kill him. He's terrified out of his mind. And then he introduces himself as Steve, and one of them says, Steve, more like Weave. And he's like, yeah, actually that's pretty funny.
Hey, Weave, this is our show now, so you take the camera and videotape us. We're gonna be on, what's it called? Instagram.
Okay.
Alright, guys, come here. Everybody, my name is Psycho. This is my bro, Ollie, and this is Berserker.
What do you want?
Where are Tweedledum and Tweedledoo, those twins? Show us where the twins are now.
Okay, I'll get him. I got him. Give me the camera.
This dude's very compliant. For someone who, like, had these people just broke into their house, they woke him up, and they were like, now you have to film us. And he was just like, yeah, okay, sure. Now take us to the twins. And he was like, yeah, sure, okay, cool.
We gotta be quiet. Snap out of it. Get a move on, cameraman. Take us right to them. This is our show. Ring a bell.
These clowns are full of really quality jokes. Great puns. Like, they may be scary, but at least they've got some good jokes. I mean, even Steve, aka Weave, can appreciate a good clown joke.
Here.
Are you playing a trick on us?
I'm not.
Wow, this is a shitty friend. This dude, if this is real, what a terrible friend. He's like, these clowns don't even have any weapons. They just come in and they're like, bring us to the twins. And he's like, okay. And then he brings them there and he's like, they're in there. Just don't hurt me. You can kill my fucking friends. I'll help you do it. I'll help you.
Yo, Steve.
Look, Lucas.
What's up? Hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pause. They found the twins, and now they're gonna attack, so that's fine. What were they doing in here? Like, one of them's asleep in the bed with his shirt off. The other one is coming back to bed from the bathroom with his shirt off. What's going on in here? Do they share a bedroom and a bed? There's only one bed in here. I'm just so confused about what the scenario is.
I don't know.
And Weave is just still filming this? He's not gonna put down the camera and help. He backed himself into a corner so he could get the best angle, and now he's just filming his friends get murdered by clowns. And by murdered, I mean gently tossed around.
Oh, is it prank? Oh no! Lucas! Back up.
Is it prank?
No, I'm not joking.
Lucas, what's going on? I don't know. Is it prank?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did think that this was fake at first, but after seeing those punches, I mean, there's just no way that this is fake. After seeing those punches, I mean, he wouldn't take punches like that for a fake video. Alright, well, I guess this is real.
Stay back.
Back up.
Listen, all you know is as the clowns of the world.
Hold up. I don't know, okay? Hold up. They just came in, I was sleeping, I don't know what happened. Yo!
What was that? What was the motivation for that? He was like, okay, they left with my brother, now what do we do? I don't know, let me go over here and flip the light switches a few times, and let's just stand in our house until something else happens.
Yo! They did the tractor! I'm coming!
I'll get you, don't worry!
Is this a prank?
Is this a prank? Damn, you know what? If I was in this situation, I don't know what I would do. I mean, what do you do when someone breaks into your house and kidnaps someone you know? There's nothing, if only there was some kind of like group of people that are like trained to deal with situations like this that you can like just call with a really simple 3-digit phone number that will like come and help take care of any situation. But damn, I guess they're on their own because nothing like that exists. I guess they're just stuck running around in the dark looking for their friend, and if they don't find him, well, I guess he's just gone forever. That's how these clowns get ya.
Okay, I got it. Hopefully this is not a prank.
Hopefully this isn't a prank. What is that supposed to mean? Hopefully this isn't a prank. Hopefully these are real clowns really kidnapping my brother. I'm gonna be so pissed if someone set this up and it's all fake.
I'm so mad if this is a prank. What happened? I don't know. I just woke up and they were just there. They made me film.
They made me film. Yeah, right, dude. How did they make you film? They didn't have any weapons. They were just like, hey, here, film. And he was like, okay.
Right or left? Right. I would say right. Are you sure? Why not left? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Let's go left. Yeah, I think that's him. Oh, that's him. Lucas! Lucas!
Yo, Lucas, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You okay, Lucas? Yeah, I'm good.
Why was he just sitting in there? The clowns got out and they booked it, and he was like, oh man, now how am I gonna get back to my house? Oh well, I guess I'll just sit in this car that has gas in it and keys. And I'll wait for help to show up.
Where'd they go? I don't know, they just ran off. Did they run away through here?
I guess, I don't know, bro. They just let me go. They said, you're free. And they just ran away. So what did they do? Nothing. They didn't do anything.
This is such a weird plot. What'd they do? I don't know. They didn't do anything. I like these clowns. They're just like fucking with them. They just break into their house, steal one of them, drive him about a mile away from his house and just drop him off and leave and just say, you're free. We're good. That's all we wanted to do. We didn't really want to cause any harm. We just wanted to shake up your night a little bit. You're free. Get out of here, dude.
Can we go in the car? It's cold. I don't understand. I don't either. They just let me go. They didn't really say anything.
So what was the purpose? I don't know, they just took me, and I don't know what happened.
I feel like now they're realizing how weird the plot is, like how inconsistent it is, and it doesn't make any sense. They're like, wait, so are we just gonna say they didn't do anything to you? Like what? That doesn't make any sense.
Here, did they come through the garage? Or Steve, you don't know, right?
I have no clue. I just woke up and they were there.
Bro, this is open.
That's where they got in.
Who opened this?
I'm sorry. I forgot to close it.
How do you even close it?
I forgot to close it, sorry. Think this is how they came in?
Yeah, obviously. Like, I don't know. Where else would they come in from?
I'm just so confused. Like, were they're acting right now like they could not even imagine a world where someone broke in through that window or broke into their house at all. But then why was the camera that they're holding right now recording the window at the beginning? This is the same camera. It was just sitting there recording. There's so many plot holes. This whole video is a plot hole. It's so strange. Like they didn't put any thought into it going into it. They were like, let's just make a scary clown video because that's what gets views and we're smart. Anyways, this has been a look at where Viners turned YouTubers have gone. You know, a lot of people say that when Viners started going to YouTube to make content, that YouTube somehow got worse, or like the Viners took over YouTube, and YouTubers in general seem to apply a negative connotation to that. And I think in some cases that's true, like Logan Paul or Jake Paul. This, I don't really have much of a negative attitude towards because I just think that this is hilarious. But I think that a lot of YouTubers in general just don't look at the Viners that are actually making good content on YouTube. There's plenty of Viners that make good stuff now. David Dobrik makes really funny vlogs. Drew Gooden, Cody Ko, me. I make really good videos. They're all very good. It's just so easy to look at the really bad content and say, well, that's Viners for you. But I think that's dismissing a pretty big chunk of good YouTube videos that come from former Viners. That's just my opinion, so believe it, because you have to. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video and you're not part of Greg is my family on YouTube. It is our family. I call my fans Greg, and we are one big happy family. And we really are a family. You know, other YouTubers all the time say like, oh, my fans are like a family to me. Well, that's bullshit, all right? Greg is a family. We have a family dinner every night at 6 p.m. when I get home from work. All my little Gregs come down from their bedrooms, and we all sit at the family table, and we talk about our days. So if you want to join Greg and join the fastest growing channel on YouTube, which, by the way, don't look that up, then just hit the subscribe button and turn on my notifications, and you can be Greg also. Also, I just realized today that when you turn on someone's notifications, it asks you if you want occasional notifications or always notifications, and it's set to occasional by default. I don't know why that is. Why would you want to click for notifications and then be like, let's leave it up to chance when I get a notification. I'm gonna let YouTube roll the dice on this one. It just seems weird that they would do that. So anyway, I don't know. Also, if you want this merch, it's at DannyGonzalez.store, so go there and get some. And I have a little Greg Discord server. It's a little group chat full of a bunch of other Gregs. I'm in there. Other Gregs are in there. We talk, we have fun, and we chat. And it's a good way to get to know all your other fellow Gregs. If you want to join that Discord server, you got to support me on Patreon. The link for that is in the description. Sorry I haven't posted in a little bit. I was kind of sick. As you can probably tell by my voice, I'm still a little congested, so sorry about that. Thank you, Michelle, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. If you want to be the shout out in one of my videos, turn on my notifications and be one of the first people to comment on my videos. I'll see you guys next time with a really funny video where I get my butt stuck in a public toilet and end up screaming for 12 hours until someone helps me out. Bye. Alright everybody, it's time for another Reddit video. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're having fun. I am honestly feeling a little bit ill. I kind of feel like shit right now. I've been putting off filming for like a week, and so I just gotta do it. I have like kind of like chills and aches. I did a COVID test, so I don't have COVID, but I do feel like crap. That's nothing that a little sparkling water won't fix, am I right? So let's just pop that open. You know, I still feel like shit. That's crazy. Well, let's get into the subreddit. I bet there's some interesting posts today. I was casually eating sushi when these two stormed the restaurant and starts punching the waiters and stealing everyone's food. Never expected this from you guys. JK, you guys were actually super nice and sorry for disturbing your dinner. Let's go! Finally, somebody not accusing me of beating the shit out of them. This is fantastic. We met some fans at VidCon. You know what? Everybody that we met was very nice. Every time I meet fans, it's very nice. People are usually super respectful. And this wasn't while we were eating. They're saying sorry for disturbing your dinner, but I'm pretty sure we were standing in line waiting for a table, so. Pretty pog fan interaction, honestly. S'mores dip that looks like Danny. Fuck, it does. It does. It's got like gray hair and everything. Honestly, this looks more like Danny than a lot of other lookalikes. It's weirder because that's a graham cracker. Great observation. Yo, it's kind of weird that that thing looks like Danny because that's not a person. That's kind of tight. This should be my new profile picture. I should just kind of edit eyes and a mouth onto this and make this my new profile picture. I could change my second channel name to S'more Danny. Like S'more Danny. And then I could make my profile picture a little graham cracker. Okay, all right, okay. So this was the source of a lot of controversy in this video about bad games. In the game, I got mad that the game developer referred to this, what I would call the second floor, as the first floor. And I got a bunch of comments saying, Danny, in other countries besides America that speak English, we call the second floor the first floor. So the game developer probably wasn't American. And so this person posted in my subreddit this picture, know the difference, American English, okay, look, and British English. And while I would call this the first floor, the Brits would call it the ground floor. And then they would call the next floor the first floor. And so it's all offset by one. You could see fourth floor over here and third floor over here. Yeah, even in French, you would call the first floor a rez-de-chaussée. I definitely pronounced that right. Yeah, it's just a rez-de-chaussée, man. Meaning ground floor. The first floor is le premier étage, meaning first level. Let me just comment on this, okay? I'm glad people brought this to my attention, you know. I admit I can be uncultured at times. I do find it kind of interesting that I didn't know this because I did live in England for 2 years, but it was like when I was 8 and 9, so I don't know how many times was I talking about floors and buildings back then. They wouldn't let me up onto the second floor in a building. Back then I was 8 years old. I'm glad that you brought this to my attention. It's good to know. That being said, even now knowing this, I still think it's wrong. Sorry, it's objectively not the correct floor. This is the first floor. I feel like people are arguing that's not a floor. The floors don't start until you get up here to an elevated floor, and that's a floor. But you know how I know this one's a floor? It's because even British people call it the ground floor. It's a floor, and it's the first one. You walk into it, there's a floor. The floor. And in fact, it's the first one you see when you walk into the building. And listen, guys, I fuck with the metric system, okay? I wish that the US would use kilometers. Miles suck ass, I'll say it. Miles in distance, miles teller. Fuck every miles. But this just doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. This is not the first floor. If you're gonna call this the first floor, you gotta call the ground floor something else. You gotta call it just the ground. I would honestly fuck with that. But then you would have to make the requirement that when you walk into the ground, that the floor is just like grass or dirt or something. Yeah, this is just the ground. We may be inside, but it's just ground in here, and you have to go upstairs to get to the floor. That's what I was thinking as well. I was a little confused when first visiting the UK as far as elevators went. Because of this difference, even though I was aware of it beforehand, it just throws you off a little. So it sounds like this person's kind of on my side. It is confusing, right? Wait, the US counts the ground floor as the first floor? Are you guys actively trying to do things differently from everyone else? Listen, take it easy, man. It makes a little bit more sense, you gotta admit. I can get behind kilometers. I can even get behind Celsius. I wish that when somebody told me it was 20 degrees Celsius, I wish I knew what that meant. But you gotta start on the first floor. It's the first one. It's like you guys made up a 0th floor. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm gonna be done ranting about this now. I'm honestly getting too angry. Okay, Andrew Tate posted a video about me. Let's take a peek. It looks like this is gonna be really enlightening. I don't know. Do I even want to respond to this? I just feel like this guy, he's got like a little bit too much attention now. He's like been on big podcasts now. I think we can kind of just let him slowly fade out now. Whoa, okay, what's this? A guide to whether people are completely crazy or pretty normal or objective or goofy. So you have the normal to crazy axis or the objective to goofy axis. Is goofy the opposite of objective? Opposite of objective. Biased, partial, or prejudice. I mean, I guess I'm glad you didn't put me this far on the prejudice side of the quadrant. So yeah, I guess goofy works better. There's a lot of people on this list. So I'm pretty goofy, but between being crazy and normal, I'm more normal than I am a complete wackadoo. Okay, and then you got Drew over here, and he's about the same amount of normal I am, but he's more objective. And I'm very biased, I guess. Curtis is even more biased and more crazy. That dude, I think, needs to reel it in, I guess. Do I agree with these rankings? I mean, I guess so. I'm just trying to figure out how to read this. It's surprising this has so many upvotes because I can't even really decipher what the metrics are here. Is this axis like my personality wise? And then this axis more like my content wise or like my critical analysis wise? So Jarvis is the most objective and normal person you could imagine. Then on the opposite end of the spectrum, Curtis is sort of the opposite of Jarvis. He's inverse Jarvis. Then you have like Cody over here being the inverse Ted. And Chad is perfectly centered, which I love that for her. I mean, I guess I broadly agree with it. Like, you know, Curtis, his editing is pretty off the rails. He likes to really go crazy with that, so. Oh, fuck. My life was truly changed by Horse Game. Oh, I love when YouTube comes up with this little survey about a YouTube video you just watched. I've always kind of wondered like how they use this. Like, do I get promoted more if people check more of these boxes? Or like, I kind of have to imagine if you checked every one of these boxes, YouTube would be like, okay, you're just like BSing me. There's no way it was useful, informative, and calming. So I like that you checked everything except enjoyable. This was heartwarming, life-changing, inspiring. Didn't really fuck with it. Definitely wouldn't recommend this to a friend. 5 stars, it was excellent, had an awful time. Low key though, this video was honestly the most fun I've had making a video in a really long time. Just kind of like getting a little creative with it, with all the different like locations and stuff. It was really fun. I will say that I think I got a little bit too carried away. So I filmed all of me actually playing the games in front of the green screen like before VidCon. And then I was like, yeah, I'll probably just like edit all that together and then that will be the video. And then the more I like watched it and I was like kind of thinking about it during VidCon, I was like, I feel like I should like add in like narration and stuff. Otherwise it's just gonna be like a lot of me just like playing games and that's not gonna be very interesting. I like wrote all of this dialogue but then by the time I got back from VidCon, I had 1 day to like finish this video. So I had to film all of it and then edit all of it in like a night. I didn't finish filming until like 7 p.m. the evening before it was supposed to go live. And then I ended up pulling an all-nighter the night that I was editing it. And I finished the video around 11 a.m., I think, and scheduled it to go live at noon or 1 or whatever. And then I just fucking went to sleep. It was actually kind of fun. I was like feeling very like creatively fulfilled from working on this video. Because it basically was just a commentary video, but it was a little bit more spicy. It was a little more spicy. It seemed like people liked it, so that's epic. What gives people feelings of power? Money, status, or ghosting Kevin Jonas? Kind of impressed that enough people have felt that before to even make this bar graph. That's kind of fucked up for Kevin, honestly. I feel bad now. Can I just say something? The funniest thing about this song, first off, I wrote this song like 2 years ago and I've just been like waiting for an excuse to make the music video for it. Even when I wrote the song, I was like, gosh, I hope I'm remembering this right. Like this was like 5 years ago. Did this really happen? And then someone on Twitter started retweeting this tweet. It now only has like 6 retweets and 11 quote retweets, but it's me tweeting at Kevin Jonas saying, hey dude, did you get my response? And I saw this and I was like, what? Okay, first off, I have no recollection of tweeting this like 7 years ago or whatever, but did Kevin Jonas ghost me? Did I just misremember this whole entire thing? I feel so dumb, but I'm pretty sure that I did ghost Kevin Jonas. I think that this tweet either happened like in the immediate conversation we were having or something where he initially reached out, and then the story's a bit longer than what was in the song. Obviously, I didn't have time to explain the whole thing, but we were talking for a little bit, and then eventually I ghosted him before I ended up helping him with the song. I think that this happened somewhere in there where I was just kind of like waiting for him to respond. I specifically remember telling my friends after I ghosted Kevin Jonas around this time that that's kind of crazy, I ghosted a Jonas brother. So I remember saying that at the time. So I think I did. This also could have been after I ghosted him for a while, and then maybe I did end up responding, but like weeks later. And so I like texted him back then and I was like, hey, sorry, like, can I still help or something? And then he didn't respond to that. And so that's why I sent this. But yeah, funny, the things you don't remember, man. 7 years will really fuck up your memory. Making a Google slide presentation to convince my dad to buy me a pet rat. Added this at the end, thoughts. Number 9, it's what Danny would want. Danny Gonzalez is a rat lover. Okay, rat lover sounds like a little bit romantic. I would maybe rephrase that. He would want you to buy me rats. Danny would be very disappointed if you decided not to buy me rats. I think you should buy me rats. And then there's a quote from me saying, I, Danny Gonzalez, think it is a good idea for you to buy your son Connor a pet rat. He actually said this. Now, at the time you wrote this, that wasn't true, but as of right now, it is true. I did just say that. So I'll let it slide. Well, I hope that this helps you buy the rat. Heck, if you're still working on this Google slide, take the audio of me just saying that line and put it on there. that slide. That'll get you a rat. Speaking of rats and rat lovers, have you guys ever seen that dumb clip of Jordan Peterson talking about rats?
The rats are all like this. The rat goes like this. So the rat's like this. The normal rat is like this. That's the normal rat. Like this. Like this. It sniffs.
I hope you get your rats. I hope they're normal. I hope they go like this. And good luck to you. This is somebody having some sort of AI conversation, but not in the same app that I was. What is this? What is the deal with Hollywood? I have no idea, but some people believe that it is run by a cabal of elites. Do they sacrifice children? I'm not sure, but I do know there is a lot of child trafficking going on. What the fuck is this AI? I'm not even that weirded out by the info it's giving, because it's probably just trained on, like, you know, Wikipedia random forums and stuff, and that's where it gets its info from, so it's just like pulling things from the internet. But I like that every response has the same template, where that you ask them a question and they're like, I don't know about that, but, and then they say something even crazier. This person said, what is the deal with Hollywood? And they said, I don't know what you mean by that, but it is run by the Illuminati, and I know that for certain. Do they sacrifice children? I don't know about that, but there's a lot of child trafficking going on. They're drinking the blood of children. Man, I gotta find out what app this is. Compared to the conversations I was having with Baseball Louie, these are pretty spicy. Oh yeah, I met a lot of people at Curtis's show. There I am again. I swear to you, this is the very first conversation I had with my virtual boyfriend. Okay, wait, how are people finding these different AI virtual boyfriend apps? This is also not the same app. You have good stories. I have a few. I can tell you all about them if you'd like. Go for it. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Julia, and she was very shy. What happened next? She was a girl who loved sweets. What was her favorite tweet? Okay, who's the AI here? Is it you or him? She loved to have sweets all over her body. Okay, now this I'm into. Keep going. Holy cow. Where are you guys finding these AI bots? I'll probably do another video like that where I look for more like games and stuff on the App Store to try, so yeah, maybe I should find some more of these AI bots. Whoa! You guys remember the user Toe Slurper? I think I found his car. Toe Sucker. Hell yeah, I suck toes. I love feet. Show me your toes. Wow. So this is Toe Slurper. What was the comment that Toe Slurpers left on my subreddit again? Didn't he say he wasn't in theater? Why are you trying to start fake rumors about me, Toe Slurper? Okay, here's a fun little meme. Hard to swallow pills. Danny is not real. Yeah, man, that sucks. I'm sorry. This is kind of an interesting topic. The fastest things on Earth. Cheetah, airplane, speed of light, Danny Gonzalez hair cells. I'm not sure if this is referring to this, but I was kind of wondering if anyone would notice, because I feel like between this video and this video, my hair, over the span of like a week or two, grew immensely fast. Okay, so look at my hair in this video, May 29th, 2022. And then look at this video, June 10th, 10 or 11 days later. My hair is huge. Now I have an explanation for this, but you're not gonna like it. It's a wig, no. The real reason is that I shot the videos like way out of order, because I filmed the Camp Rock video and I was like, I'm gonna put the Kevin Jonas music video at the end of this, but then the Kevin Jonas music video took like 2 months to film. So I don't remember when I shot the actual commentary part of the Camp Rock video, but it was like at least 2 months before I released it. So that's why my hair length gets a little inconsistent sometimes, guys. I just, you know, kind of get a little bit, kind of. I think I gotta go to sleep, man. I think this video's long enough. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep. Have a great day. Hey, who here watches our YouTube videos? If you have seen our YouTube videos, then you know that we're not afraid to roast some internet stars from time to time when they're doing when they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, like exploiting their children for money so they don't have to get a real job. Or pretending they'll go to jail if you don't buy their merch. Yeah. Or performing a cringy live show just for a quick cash grab. Stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that. So we thought, hey, if we're gonna do a live show, why not take all these flaming hot roasts to the stage? Oh yeah! And then we explained this little idea to our lawyer, and he told us that if we show someone else's video on the screen, they could sue us. Yeah, he was like, hell no, guys, don't do that. But we still wanted to roast someone, so we were racking our brains trying to figure out how do we roast someone who isn't a real person. And then it hit us. We could make someone up and roast the shit out of them. Yeah. You guys want to see us roast a made-up person? Good, because we're doing it anyway. Guys, meet Justin Chad. Oh, boo! Boo, stinky. Boo. Stinky. Guys, Justin has 4 million followers on Instagram, and he's the world's biggest douchebag. But but most importantly, he's not real.
Yeah, Justin may look like any other human being, living his human life no differently than either you or I, but that actually couldn't be further from the truth. And that's because
He's just a bunch of facial features and body parts that we found on Google Images and photoshopped together to make it look like one person. But just because Justin Chad isn't a real person, doesn't mean he doesn't do some really messed up things.
Oh, and it definitely doesn't mean that we can't rip him to shreds.
That's right. Fact number 1, Justin's favorite activity is punching dogs.
Of course it is.
Fucking dog! Get this lame-ass dog out of here, dude! Get that mangy mutt off the screen!
Danny? You thought we were booing the dog?
Huh?
We're booing the guy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said get that lame-ass dog off the screen.
No, I meant dog as in like, bro. This is my dog right there. Get him off the screen. He's lame as fuck. That's what I said, and that's how everyone else interpreted it. I don't know how you interpreted it. Guys, Justin actually holds the world record for most dogs punched. I know it's a weird record for them to have, but they do it every year. And when reporters questioned how he's able to sleep at night, he was reportedly quoted as saying, "I don't need sleep. Because I'm not a real person."
Oh my god. Fact number 2, Justin once started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for his sister's hospital bills and raised over $30,000. Sounds nice, right?
Yeah.
Don't boo yet.
This is not the bad part.
I appreciate your enthusiasm though. You're wrong, because Justin doesn't have a sister. How could he? He's not real. And he used all the money he raised to buy cigarettes that he then gave to a bunch of little kids.
There's the appropriately timed booze. Thank you. Can you believe that? Well, again, you shouldn't, because he's not real. And we gave those cigarettes to those little kids.
Yeah, and I gotta say, they didn't even like them.
No, they were super ungrateful. One of them kept going like, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he was trying to speak some weird kid language to us. It's like, we don't speak nerd.
Yeah.
Totally ruined Christmas for us.
Fact number 3.
Yeah.
Justin may have single-handedly caused World War I.
Yeah, that's right. Justin is responsible for one of the most devastating events in human history.
Total fuckboy move, if you ask me.
You'd think the United Nations would be able to track him down and hold him accountable for his crimes against humanity, but for some reason, they haven't been able to yet. Which, now that I think about it, must be because he's a fictional character that we both made up. Yeah, and that's all bad enough. It really is. But we haven't gotten to the worst part yet. Justin's content. The thing that made him famous in the first place. And it's disgusting. It's awful. And of course, it's not real. So we hired a team of the world's best and most expensive visual effects artists to bring our vision of his content to life, and we're all going to watch that right now. Gonna say what we're all thinking. Justin sucks!
Yeah. Also, I feel like we spent way too much money on that animation.
Yeah, I'm starting to think we got ripped off.
Yeah, how much did we spend on that?
It was like half the tour budget.
What? Yeah. So that's like $30? Shit. Damn, that's way too much money. But you know what, guys? One thing is for absolute certain.
That's right.
If we ever saw this dude in real life,
which we won't because we couldn't,
I know exactly what we would do. Apologize for roasting him in our show. What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, back with another episode of Trust No One. Because the government's out to get ya, NASA's out to get ya, the NSA's out to get ya, and your sorry ass better believe that I'm out to get ya. Conspiracy theories seem to be like all the rage nowadays. I've seen so many YouTubers talking about conspiracy theories. I feel like because the internet has brought so many different groups of people closer together, it's very easy to find people who are also insane and believe in the same conspiracy theories as you do, and that allows these theories to grow and thrive on the internet. I don't know if you could hear that, but my guinea pigs just started screaming. I think I'm being watched. I'm sure by now a lot of you have heard about the flat earther conspiracy. Recently, I've seen flat earthers on the news and on talk shows where they stumble their way through their logic as to why they think the earth is flat and not round like everybody else on earth does.
9.8 meters per squared. Meters per second squared.
They even have conventions where they get together, I assume, to talk about their ideas and how they don't have any friends anymore, and just to take pictures and yell, "We're not crazy." We're not crazy! Oh, that's very cringy. Not good. Not good. There's some serious levels of cringe going on with a lot of these conspiracy theories. And while I was looking for those educational memes that I made a video on last week, I stumbled upon these Instagram accounts that make conspiracy theory memes. I use the term meme loosely because they're not meant to be funny. They're meant to enlighten you. Some of them might be conspiracy theories you've heard, but others just might shock you. Conspiracy theorists claim this strange object was found in a 13th century ancient Sumerian tablet. It closely resembles a Nokia made in the year 2000. However, its keys are written in cuneiform. Is this proof of time travel? Now guys, I wish I had an explanation for this, for why this stone phone looking thing exists, but I really don't. There's really no explanation for it other than time travelers exist. At some point in the future, we're going to invent time travel. Scientists and secret agents and military operatives will go back in time to the 13th century BC with all the high-tech gadgets that they have in the future. They're gonna have top-of-the-line equipment, high-tech gadgets, and a Nokia phone that they stopped making in like 2002 or something. I don't really know how to explain this other than somebody probably just made this and it's a hoax, but why would, in the future when we have the ability to time travel, why would somebody take back a Nokia phone from like 10, 15 years ago? They just went back in time to like play Snake, I guess. And now, researchers have also found this mysterious carving on a stone tablet. I didn't want to believe it either, but I mean, it's on a stone tablet, so it's gotta be real, and it's gotta be a conspiracy. This was Iraq. This is Iraq on freedom. Any questions? I don't know about you, but I don't have any questions. Except, what? This ancient Greek sculpture was made in about 100 BC, and a girl is seen holding what appears to be a modern-day laptop. Some paranormal investigators are convinced that this statue is proof of time travel. What do you think? That's a thick-ass laptop, first of all. This woman looks like royalty, and she looks like she's got like a 2004 IBM laptop. Like, if you're a time-traveling queen, don't you think you'd at least be able to afford like the new MacBook? It says some paranormal investigators are convinced that this statue is proof of time travel. I'd really like to see what a paranormal investigator does aside from just look at the picture and think, yep, that's a laptop. Yeah, that's definitely a laptop. What other investigating did you do? That's clearly a laptop. Couldn't be anything else? Not a jewelry box? Not some other kind of opening chest that they had back then? It's definitely a laptop. You can tell because that's how you hold laptops. This is how you hold a laptop. I really do like the idea, though, that this woman traveled back in time with a laptop and then hired some poor peasant girl to hold the laptop for her while she used it. A baby born in 1783 had two heads, one on top of the other, with the second head upside down so that the neck stub was up in the air. The second head had a fully functional brain and whispered random stuff to the other brain. It's not really a conspiracy theory, it's just on one of these conspiracy accounts. I just wonder what the other brain whispered. Hey little buddy, it's just me, your other head, just wanted to say hi, how's it going? Alright, this next one's even crazier. A man named Noah, who claims to be a time traveler from the year 2030, passed a lie detector test. Is he really from the future? So he says he's from the future, from the year 2030, and he passed a lie detector test? No one's ever falsely passed a lie detector test before, so I mean, there's no other explanation. It's gotta be true. Is he a time traveler, or is he just insane? There's only one way to find out for sure, as far as I'm concerned. What kind of phone does he have? Is it a Nokia? Is it a Nokia 3310? This picture was taken in the 1940s. What? Sunglasses? A fucking cardigan in the 40s? No! This can't be happening. This is too much. A cardigan? This dude looks like Ryan Reynolds or some shit in the 40s. Just in case you're not convinced that time travel is real, these images are from a video taken in 1938 of female factory workers leaving work. One woman appears to be holding a modern day smartphone. Is she a real time traveler? That's right, folks. This modern day thick ass smartphone. She's definitely not just brushing her hair or just holding like a purse like that woman is. It's definitely a modern day thick ass smartphone. Okay, I don't understand. If this was really a smartphone, would all of these like other female workers just be cool with it? Like it's 1938 and you're leaving work and you just see one woman talking on this high-tech thing, like talking into it. Yeah, so yep, I have successfully infiltrated the factory. It's 1938 and they have no idea. Why is nobody looking at her like she's insane? Because they don't have cell phones yet, so she would just look like a crazy person. Why is nobody looking at her or being like, hey, what the fuck is that thing that you have? Also, do these people know how cell phones work? Because you need a cell phone tower to use a cell phone. And to my knowledge, they didn't have those in 1938. So who is she talking to? Also, no one else has a cell phone in that period, so really, who is she talking to? Smarter children tend to become heavier drinkers as adults. Is this some kind of government conspiracy, or is this just sad? This next one is just silly. There are a number of photos online that appear to show celebrities in photographs before they were born. Take this picture of Michael Cera in 1930s Germany, for example. Are these simply doppelgangers, or are these proof of time travelers? I might believe this if I personally didn't have dozens of doppelgangers sent to me every week. Seriously, I don't know why, but there are so many people in the world that look like me living right now. Most of them are women, which is kind of concerning. But it does not at all concern me that there's someone who kind of looks like Michael Cera who was alive in the 1930s. Also, this doesn't even look like Michael Cera. The face is too round. I'm pretty sure that's a girl. It just does, it doesn't look like Michael Cera. This photo alone debunks the globe. No, it doesn't. This modern-day Swiss watch was found in a 400-year-old sealed Ming Dynasty tomb. The find baffled archaeologists. Is this proof of time travel? I like how they asked that after every single one. Is this proof of time travel? Like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel just trying to come up with anything. Okay, how about this one? Is this proof of time travel? How about this? It's a watch! Oh damn. Time travelers are showing up to the 1600s iced the fuck out with a Rolex on their wrist? God damn. Oh! There's only one explanation for this. Time travel exists. There's time travelers from the future. They have very small wrists, but they're absolutely iced out. I'm talking chains, rolly on the wrist, probably grills, the whole 9 yards. And it totally isn't just a ring. A lot of these are time travel centric, admittedly. Like this one, a woman claiming to be a time traveler showed us this picture, which she claims was taken on Mars in the year 3812, and it shows what appeared to be a city on the red planet. I'm sorry, but this is irrefutable evidence. This woman, wearing modern day clothes, with a chipped nail, is walking around modern day Earth with a picture of Mars that she printed out. She doesn't have some kind of high-tech device that she's walking around with. She printed out a picture of Mars. That's like technology that's already outdated. Nobody prints things anymore. She got it laminated even, and she's just walking around showing people the picture, being like, I'm from the future! A woman showed us this picture. So this person who has this account, it looks like they're in a park or something, was just walking around and this woman came up and was like, oh shit, there's another one. A man claiming to be a time traveler showed us this image, in which he claims was taken in the year 5000 and shows Los Angeles underwater. Okay, were these two time travelers just walking around in a park together? So this is a picture that is definitely not photoshopped of Los Angeles underwater. Could this be the evidence we needed to finally convince the world that climate change is real? The future is fucked! It sure is. Government. Check any dictionary and you will find that govern means control. And mental, means mind. Therefore, government means mind control. No! Think about it. They wouldn't call it mind control if it wasn't mind control. Conspiracy theories like these that are like the answer is hidden in plain sight just confuse me so much, because it's like, if the government was going to try to control your mind, why would they name it like, so we don't want people to know that we're controlling their minds, right? Well, how about the name mind control? Like, why would they make it so easy to figure out the puzzle? It's like those things where you see like the dollar bill and it's like, look, if you fold it this way, it's an eye. And the pyramid, if you count the number of things on all the stuff, then you get 9/11. It's like, why would they make a puzzle to figure it out? Why wouldn't they just not do that so that you can't figure it out? It's a game of Clue where they're like, we want to control your minds, but we also want to make it this fun little game where if you get it right, you win a prize. You figured it out. We're trying to control your minds. You win $1 million. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed these conspiracy theories. Hopefully, I blew your mind and made you question everything that you've ever known. If you enjoyed this video and you're not Greg, why? Why are you not Greg? Do you not know what Greg is? I will tell you what Greg is now. Greg is our family on YouTube. It's my fan base. Everybody who's subscribed with my notifications on is Greg. If you're not Greg, you're Craig, and fuck Craig. We're the fastest growing army on the internet. Do not look that up. We're actually the only army on the internet with access to time travel capabilities. So all you have to do to join Greg is subscribe and turn on my notifications. So you make sure you do that. Guys, if you want to join my Patreon or buy my merch, links to those are in the descriptions below. Thank you, Grace Motley, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time with a very interesting video where I go around kicking high school janitors in the knees. Bye. There's a lot of ways to make money online, some easier than others, but I don't think that there's an easier way out there than becoming a guru, someone who teaches other people how to make money online. You don't have to be rich yourself. You don't have to be an expert. You really don't have to know how to do anything except convince people that you know what you're talking about. Today I'm gonna be watching a bunch of guru TikToks from gurus who claim to have cracked the code on how to make easy money online. Just like last time, I wanted to go into this blind, so I actually haven't seen any of these TikToks before. I had my elite council of content come up with it, which is just one guy. His name is Robert. And it looks like the first one on the list here is titled Stealing Content Guru. So this should be a pretty lucrative way to make money fast.
In the life of a $20,000 a month TikTok clipper, first thing I do when I get into my office is write down my daily goals.
Oh my god, so much to unpack right off the bat. A day in the life of a $20,000 a month TikTok clipper. So he gets you intrigued right away. This person is making $20,000 a month, which is a great living, by doing something called TikTok clipping. Now, to the lay person, this might just sound like, oh, he's a TikToker, he makes little clips and he puts them on TikTok. Since I know that this TikTok is about stealing content, I have a feeling that this dude is not posting his own content on TikTok and is somehow making $20,000 from it.
First thing I do when I get into my office is write down my daily goals. Today I wanted to get 1 million views in a day and make at least $500.
Those are crazy goals. I want to get 1 million views in a day and make at least $500. They're crazy not just because they're like lofty goals. I'm sure there's enough content out there that he can steal to meet those goals. That doesn't seem like that hard, I guess. It's just kind of wild to me that that's how this person thinks about their social media business. Like when I'm sitting down to do work for the day, since I am also an influencer, the first thing I write down isn't like how many views I'm trying to get that day or how much money I want to make that day. If anything, it seems like you should be at least focusing on how many videos you're going to make that day or like what kind of creative decisions you're making that day. It almost seems like you're reverse engineering what a content creator actually does. He's like, content creators make money from doing content creation, so that must be the first thing they think about when they are making a video. It must be really interesting to like watch any art with this person. Like you go to a concert and you're really enjoying the music. It's just like your favorite artist and this dude is next to you and he's like, man, this is crazy. He must have written down he wanted to make a lot of money today. And then he just sort of made all of this happen to facilitate that goal.
I go and sit at my desk, pull my phone out and get ready to start my shift.
I sit down at my desk with 2 gigantic screens, a maxed out PC, and I get ready to do some work, man. So I pull out my phone and I get on TikTok.
First thing I do is go and search for popular YouTubers to screen record. Then I go and screen record GTA gameplay to film the cars rolling down the hill.
You don't even do your own gameplay? I always assumed, I don't know why, that whoever is clipping these is like actually playing the game. And so, you know, whoever's posting these clips is, sure, they're a faceless entity that is just stealing other people's content, but at least you get to know them a little bit in terms of what games they like or how good they are at these games. But no, you're just stealing that from YouTube too. Those are also just clips.
Then I open up CapCut and start a new project.
The rest of it's just a tutorial on how to edit 2 videos together, so you can putting one video at the top of the screen and one at the bottom. This is super valuable stuff. I can see why you get paid the big bucks.
One of my videos last month made me $1,200 from one video.
That's a funny way you phrased it. One of my videos earned me $1,200. The way I would have phrased it is 2 other people's videos made you $1,200, but I guess everybody has their own interpretation of these sorts of things. Okay, looks like readers added some context they thought people might want to know. Portrayed in this video is intellectual property theft. It is illegal under World Intellectual Property Organization Treaty. This treaty applies to Twitter/X through Digital Millennium Copyright Act and TikTok through patent law of the People's Republic of China. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you pretty much took him to task. I think that's everything I would have said as well. Why does this guy have an office? He says the first thing he does is he goes to the office.
First thing I do when I get into my office.
Like, this is like a gigantic studio. He's got a desk. It looks like there's multiple. Do multiple people work here? Everything you did in this video, you could have done without leaving your bed. That's the crazy part. And you're spending like thousands of dollars in rent on this studio. Okay, so it looks like he was getting a lot of flack for this tweet, so he posted another tweet in response and said, if any YouTubers would like to debate the topic of ethical clipping, DM me. I genuinely believe it is a win-win in every regard and completely ethical from all angles. Look, I mean, I don't have any problem with people posting like clips of my YouTube videos on TikTok and stuff. I am kind of under the impression that nobody's really like making a ton of money posting my clips on TikTok. I don't think there's like a Danny Gonzalez TikTok industrial complex. I don't know, maybe this guy is doing that to me as we speak. I have no idea. He could be in the office right now cooking something up. So doing it as like a fan or as a hobby is like seems totally fine to me. It's just when you start making money, and especially when you start bragging about how much money you're making, does it seem like a super shady thing to do. Algorithm specialist. Oh yeah, he works with a lot of Rumble creators. Very cool. Algorithm specialist is a crazy title for someone who creates 0 original content. He's like, yeah, I sort of know what works on TikTok. It's all the same stuff that works on YouTube. Okay, so this one looks to be another TikTok about stealing content. Let's see.
You make money on TikTok if you're broke. And by broke, I mean you have a lot of time, but not a lot of cash.
That's a funny definition of broke. You have a lot of time. I'm just picturing like a single dad getting home from his second shift of the day. He's just barely scraping by, barely paying that mortgage. He clicks on this video for some quick tips on how to make some extra cash. He's like, I'm broke. And this video's like, no, you're not. You do not have enough free time. Sorry. Find a different guru, dude. This is not for you.
Start watching TikTok and you're going to find the most viral videos or videos with a lot of views. And you're going to change it a little bit. You're going to make it better.
Make it better? What does that mean?
Change it a little bit. You're going to make it better.
It's better because it was changed a little bit. And by changing a little bit, I mean I took it from that TikTok profile and I put it on mine.
And you're going to change it a little bit. You're going to make it better. And then
sounds like he cut something out of that. Like he was going to explain how to make it better, and then while he was editing, he was like, they know all that already. They have a lot of free time. They'll be able to figure that out.
And you're going to re-upload it to your account.
Oh, to my account. So that's how I make money.
You're always going to want to tag the original creator, though.
Someone says, what if I don't tag the original creator? This person is debating being a piece of shit. I just thought of this really interesting idea. What if I made it seem like the video was mine the whole time? This guy says nothing happens. What are they gonna do? So it seems like the people in this comment section are actually really into this. I think I'm gonna try this. I have time, but not a lot, LOL. No, sorry, man. This one's not for you. You're gonna need to find a different side hustle, man. Sorry. Maybe this next one will work.
If you want to be a millionaire next month, this is the way to do it.
Whoa, okay. Now this is a great way to get someone's attention. I'm like half expecting one of these TikToks to be someone like straight up teaching you how to like rob people.
If you want to be a millionaire next month, this is the way to do it.
Put on a ski mask, get a gun, go to the bank. Either that or he's gonna be like, stand on the sidewalk of a busy street and wait for a government-owned car to drive by. Jump in front of the car and then sue the city. The camera pans out and he's in a hospital bed. I just did this and it worked great.
We can put up a deepfake video of Denzel Washington promoting a dating site. Denzel Washington saying, hey, this is the best dating site you should go to this dating site.
That's it. That's how you make that's how I become a millionaire next month. You see, this will get you sued by Denzel Washington for millions of dollars, thus making you a millionaire. in the negatives, but still, that's pretty impressive. So I guess we've moved on from like stealing people's content to stealing their faces. These gurus are so innovative in ways that I will never really fully be able to comprehend. This is crazy. I mean, this is just one small notch away from being a full-on like telemarketer scam or something. You know those like giant scamming operations that operate out of like India and stuff where they scam old people out of money? This is just barely not that. And to be honest, I wouldn't put it past this guy to be running something like that, because this is the scam he's willing to share with people. This is the one he's willing to be like, yeah, do this, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, it looks like we might finally have one that's not like explicitly stealing. This one is just how I made money as a kid. So this is like how this dude got into the grind set mindset. This is how this guy got into the grind style mind style.
My dad bring me to Bass Pro Shops. I bought those Bass Pro Shop hats that, you know, everyone wears now. I got them for $4, and then I brought them to school with me. I took one of the hats, I gave it to the most popular kid in school, and all of a sudden everybody wants this hat. So I would go over to their lunch group, pull out my backpack, and just have 10 Bass Pro Shop hats on me that I bought for $4. And I'm like, hey, you want to look like Daniel? Buy them for $12.
Honestly, it is actually kind of smart. I mean, he's a young businessman. What can you do? He sort of propped Daniel up as this iconic influencer in his own school, gave him a free product, which made everyone else want to buy it, and so then he sold it to them. It's pretty smart. Brands do this all the time. They send influencers free stuff because they hope that they'll talk about it and then get more sales. I do kind of wonder how the conversation with this kid Daniel went, who you gave the Bass Pro Shop hat to. Put this on. Don't ask any questions. Wear it. Okay, what? Why? Why are you giving me a free hat? It's not important, man. Come on. I need to support my family. He wears the Bass Pro Shop hat for one day, and the next day he comes to school and everybody's wearing the Bass Pro Shop hat, and he never finds out why. That'd be so scary. This guy kind of reminds me of the Dr. Seuss book Starbelly Sneetches. The Sneetches. This guy's like a Sylvester McMonkey McBean of his time. I've been reading a lot of kids' books lately, so a lot of my commentary from now on might be sort of referential towards Dr. Seuss media. But he is the Sylvester McMonkey McBean of his time. Just imagine that these Sneetches, when they come out of the machine, have Bass Pro Shop hats upon theirs. Okay, Robert has listed this one as the don't use the microwave guru. Is this gonna be about how to get rich? The microwave is making you poor. It says Luke Belmar's steps to be rich, so I'm very curious how this is going to, how this anti-microwave propaganda is gonna make me rich, but let's see.
1. Go get spring water. Don't drink Dasani purified water. It's gonna fuck you up.
It's gonna fuck you up? Dasani?
It's gonna fuck you up.
I do believe that spring water does have some benefits. It has electrolytes and minerals naturally in it, from what I've heard. But I don't think Dasani's gonna fuck you up. I mean, like, what does that even mean? When people say this is gonna fuck you up, they're usually talking about, like, alcohol. I'll tell you, man, the last time I had a shot of Dasani, the whole next day, dude, I was on the ground just moaning and dying. I died.
Start eating super clean, super organic. Understand that the food that you consume has pesticides, has chemicals.
Okay, then how is this gonna make me rich? I mean, this is health advice, and I'm not a health expert, you know, maybe, I'm sure that organic food is good for you to not have pesticides in it. That's great.
If you have an air fryer, don't use a microwave. Microwave, you're literally cooking your food.
Yeah, you are. That's crazy. Don't use the microwave. It literally cooks your food. I was gonna go to town on a pound of raw ground beef, and I put it in the microwave to get it ready. And the next thing I know, it was cooked.
Killing all the good stuff in there, all the vitamins, all the minerals.
Yeah, you're killing all the vitamins in there. All those living organisms that are vitamins are unfortunately passing away in the microwave. Is that true? Does the microwave make food less nutritious? According to 2 reviews, microwaving does not reduce nutrient value more than other cooking methods. Okay, but does it cook your food? Because that is sort of a deal breaker for me. Items cooked in a microwave lost far less nutrients than other cooking methods. However, when water was added to the mix, nutrient loss skyrocketed. Yeah, well, probably because it was Dasani. Even if this were legitimate health advice, this is not how to get rich advice. That's the confusing part to me. There is an argument to be made that, like, when you're in your best mindset and your body body's healthy, you can do the best work. But like, there are plenty of unhealthy people that are rich. There are billionaires that look like shit. Like, there's no way that every rich person is like a fit, athletic god of a man like the one we see before us. It kind of just seems like this guy has a certain lifestyle and he wants everybody to have his lifestyle also, and so he's saying that it will make you rich. Like, he just really wishes people would stop drinking tap water, and he's like, I'll pay you $1 million. Pour out your Coca-Cola, I'll pay you $1 million.
Neglect celebrities. Don't give a celebrities. They're just dirt.
Huh? This guy has 200,000 followers on TikTok, dude. You kind of are a micro celebrity. And last but not least, do not listen to anything I just said. I am a celebrity. I don't know shit. Nothing I just said will make you rich. It might just make you a little bit healthier, except for the microwave thing. That thing just was not true at all. Just seemed like bad advice, especially the celebrity thing. If I neglect celebrities, how am I supposed to become a millionaire next month? I need to use one of their likenesses.
This TikTok account generates over $47K a month in revenue using AI. Use ChatGPT and ask it this prompt. Create a 1-minute TikTok video script about Filipino facts.
Does it have to be about Filipino facts? 2 ways to make money on TikTok, guys. You have to steal other people's content, or you do have to do Filipino fact videos. Those are the only 2 types of content that work. And the stolen content, the stuff that is guaranteed to do well, that is also Filipino fact content. It's just that's just the only thing that does well on TikTok. Something wrong with their algorithm. Maybe I should title this video "Interesting Filipino Facts." Actually, now that I think about it, does seem like that would get people interested.
This TikTok account generates over $47K a month.
Hey, wait a minute. The 47K is not US currency. What is that symbol? Filipino dollar? Okay, what is 47K in Philippine peso in the US dollar? Whoa! Oh wait, no, this is the other way around. I was like, whoa, he was way underselling it. It's making $2 million a month? Okay, hold on, I gotta reverse it. Oh, okay, $800. That's tricky, dude, that's sneaky. You know what, this whole experience was kind of an interesting Filipino fact in itself. So I think this video is gonna do really well, I guess is what I'm saying.
If you're someone who's looking to make money online, I would recommend checking out the influencer Tuzer. I've never met this guy, I've never spoken to him.
I've never met this guy, I've never spoken to him. I am definitely not him in a mask. I just think he's the smartest person on the face of the planet. Oh, we got a Grant Cardone clip. All right. This dude is like a notorious hustle culture / scammer / Scientologist. So I'm really curious to see how he would have us make money.
Who would give me $100 right now? Please, just walk up here and give me 100 then.
I don't really need to be anything.
Thank you. It's 100. 250s. My man.
He just asked for money and people run up to give him money.
There you go. There you go.
Who are these people? Is he gonna do something for them or what? No, he's just saying thank you and he's letting them go back to sit down. Is this guy like a human wishing well? Why? What?
Play now. Thank you. Okay, no more. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No more. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Fine. That's fine.
Okay. Did I build value?
I don't think you did, man.
I'm gonna give all this money to charity, by the way, okay?
You should give it back to the people who gave it to you. Now, this TikTok we can learn a lot from. It ends with, how can you make $1,600 right now? And it really inspired me. And yeah, I honestly think that this is a great method to try. Who's gonna give me $100? Excuse me, who's gonna give me $100? Don't know if you can hear that, but my son just started crying in the other room. I don't think he's gonna give me $100. I do hesitate to make videos like this sometimes because I do know that I'm in a really privileged position and I make a really good living from what I do. Like, disparaging people just trying to get by and make a few extra bucks with a side hustle is not at all what I'm trying to do. If you're trying to build a better life for yourself and your family, there's of course nothing wrong with that, especially if you're being ethical. It would be hypocritical of me to say that like any type of trying to make money online is cringe, because I'm very clearly interested in that. Just, you know, don't scam people. That's all. Sure, there's plenty of ways to make money without scamming people. There's gotta be at least one. So, anyway, thanks for watching this video. Bye-bye. What's up, Greg? I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of me saying the same line over and over, trying to sound funny, and then editing out all the bad takes so that I sound really put together and clever. All right, gang, it's that time again. I know it's been a while, but today we're going to be watching another Disney Channel original movie. This one is called Pixel Perfect. I feel like I say this every time I do a Disney Channel movie review, but I have never seen this movie before. Actually, one of my friends suggested I make a video about this movie. They said it was a lot like How to Build a Better Boy, which, if you've seen that video, you know I love. And you know what? After watching it, I have to agree, it is very similar to How to Build a Better Boy, except that this movie came out in 2004, like 17 years ago. And you know what? It is probably the most 2004 movie you'll ever see. The music in this movie, the actors in this movie, it's got Ricky Ullman from Phil of the Future. The wardrobe, the book bags. Remember those book bags? I remember really wanting one of those book bags when I was 10. So this movie's all about holograms. The movie starts off with the main character, Roscoe. He's using his dad's computer to make a cat hologram. I guess his dad works at some hologram company. And unbeknownst to the dad, Roscoe sneaks onto his computer from time to time to make his own little holograms, and today he's made a cat. Roscoe's kind of the nerdy type, because this is a Disney Channel movie and he's the main character. And when he's not doing homework or making cat holograms, he's helping his friend Sam out with her band. Yes, this movie's also about a band, because this is a Disney Channel movie and that's just what they're about. Every Disney Channel movie is about a band. I don't know if he's like their manager or if he just like helps them market themselves. He goes to their shows and auditions and films them and sort of advocates for them. One of the first scenes in the movie is Sam's band auditioning to play at this club for kids, and the owner of the club is not enjoying himself.
Do you sing lead on all the songs?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, love. Put down the guitar, let's see you move.
Kind of a weird thing to say to a teenager. The conflict of this movie starts because Sam's band doesn't have the right image, you know? Their music is good, but Sam is the lead singer and she doesn't know how to dance. And for some reason, the owner of this club really wants a band who can dance.
Dance, strut, show some personality, some presence.
The owner of this club kind of reminds me of John Mulaney's impression of Mick Jagger.
No, funny!
Sam gives dancing a shot, but she's not good at it. In fact, she's so bad at dancing that the microphone gets fucked up. I don't know how that happens. The microphone's just like, make her stop! She's so rigid! This movie is chock full of young adult movie tropes. Not just the nerdy main character, not just the band, but we've also got Business Dad. He's always talking about business. Even when Roscoe thinks he's talking to him, he's actually talking to his Bluetooth.
You see, that's the problem. How do you get past all those bumps?
You shipped them off to China.
What?
Overnight, every last one of them.
Thanks for the help.
What?
But why did my son run away like that? What do you want me to do? What, do you want me to talk to him at dinner? Ugh, nasty boy. The thought of even saying one word to my son. It's too much for Business Dad to handle. That night, after seeing Sam's band get rejected, and then after Roscoe being rejected by his own father, he goes up to his dad's hologram room and starts to hatch the perfect plan to get Sam's band on the map. That's it!
Nice tone.
I'll make the cat sing! Singing cat hologram! Just kidding, he makes a girl. He makes a hologram of a human girl. So using references of a bunch of famous women actors, a bunch of pop singers, he gets to work crafting the perfect lead singer that can sing and dance and put on a show. It's a really good thing that Roscoe's dad has so many pictures of famous women in his office. I guess he must have known that they would come in handy at some point. I'm just not exactly sure why he had so many. Meanwhile, since Sam is feeling pretty down about her abilities as the lead singer, the band is holding auditions for a new lead singer.
My life is a bad school lunch. It ain't no Sunday brunch.
Yeah, the auditions are going so bad that nobody's even singing at them. They're looking for a new lead singer and nobody has sang yet. One girl's doing slam poetry, the other is Irish dancing. It's kind of weird. I feel like they just should have had people there singing poorly. It was kind of a weird writing decision to have people auditioning doing something not even related to what it is. I mean, I guess like slam poetry and dancing are close to singing, but like you can't just go to an audition and do something close to what you're supposed to do, right? Hi, I'm Danny. I'm gonna be reading for the part of Spider-Man. Awesome, let's see what you got. Okay. Ow! What? What is that? I'm a spider. Yeah, I can see that, but it's Spider-Man. You're supposed to be auditioning for Spider-Man. Yeah, but this is like pretty close. Yeah, I guess kinda. But like, this is not gonna help you get the part. You're supposed to be a lovable superhero who goes around like solving crimes and shooting webs. Yeah, out of my ass, right? No. But just then, this girl Loretta shows up. And don't tell the band, but she's actually a hologram.
Excuse me, I'm here for the audition.
So they get all set up, and immediately, they're blown away. Loretta does is like put her leg up in the air, and the girl in back is like, oh, whoa, okay. Hold on a second, guys. This might be the real deal. This girl just put her leg in the air. Even if she does this for like 3 minutes and doesn't even sing, this would still be pretty impressive. But, you know, since she's a computer program, and she's literally programmed to be perfect at singing and dancing, she kills it. She does the most 2004 dance routine ever. She ends it with a really long spin, which everyone finds really impressive. Really long spin, actually. Damn. She's spun for a while. I do feel like Roscoe could have gone in a little bit more on the dance moves. Like, she's a hologram, so she can do like literally anything. She can defy physics. I feel like it'd be cool if Roscoe made her do some shit that's impossible for humans to do. That way, like, other lead singers can't even compete on any level. Like, this seemingly normal girl comes out of nowhere and she starts singing and she's like pretty good, but then she like, I don't know, turns into an airplane or something. That'd be sick. But yeah, whatever. I guess her kind of long spin was cool too.
I don't think I caught your name.
Loretta. Loretta Modern.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Okay, I feel like they could have tried a little bit harder on that falling sequence. She tripped because she stepped on a cable, not like she tripped over the cable. She just stepped on it. And I guess that threw her off her balance so much that she like just collapsed. So nice to meet you, by the way. Whoa! Oh, who put this fucking death trap here?
Ladies, your new lead singer. My father's been working on holographic technology and artificial intelligence for Skygraph. He just hasn't applied it to the human form.
Wait, I'm sorry. He hasn't applied... His dad, who works at the hologram place, hasn't even applied this to the human form yet. And somehow Roscoe made this overnight. Just in one night, he just kind of cranked out a girl. Before we get too far into this, there's a lot about the technology of this movie that, quite frankly, does not make any sense to me. I feel like it's just totally nonsensical. Like, they could have explained it better by just being like, it's magic, actually. And it's happened so much throughout this movie that it's almost to the point where, like, I don't even want to bring it up because I feel like it'll just be annoying for me to keep harping on this. Almost, though. It's almost there. I will continue to harp on it. So how did Roscoe make a perfectly functioning human in one night? This is something that like scientists have been trying to crack for decades, like an artificial intelligence that can compete with like human intellect and expression and stuff like that. And Roscoe would just kind of got sad because his dad didn't talk to him one night and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to end these scientists' whole career, I guess. Boom, human. She looks photorealistic, she can speak English, and she can form sentences. Also, I just kind of want to know like how this hologram thing works in general. Roscoe, can you tell us how this thing works?
The computer uses echolocation to measure the room and pulsing frequencies to hold her pattern.
Oh, okay. But how does it work though? Like as in, what the fuck does any of that mean? Another thing that doesn't quite make sense to me is that Loretta can't go outside, which I guess makes sense for a hologram. Like if it's some sort of projector, like the light just wouldn't show up as good outside. So I understand that. But in this scene, she gets curious because she sees a bird's nest out the window and she sticks her hand out the window and her hand disappears. But then when she brings it back in, her hand is still gone. And then Roscoe says, oh no, I'm gonna have to rebuild that from scratch.
I'm gonna have to build you a new hand from scratch.
How does that work? The hologram is just light, right? Wouldn't that be like if you're watching E.T. on a projector and you accidentally like turn the projector so it's pointing outside? Like that wouldn't delete E.T. from existence if you just pointed the projector outside. The movie E.T. would still exist. You wouldn't have to remake E.T. from scratch if that happened. Because E.T. is on the computer. There should still be E.T. There should still be hand. That night, we see Roscoe painstakingly rebuilding Loretta's hand from scratch. And it looks like some pretty serious, intense programming. I mean, just look at this. Click, 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 and it's done. Damn, I guess that kind of explains how he was able to make a human so fast. All he had to do was just like click on all the body parts. And then he just made it. All right, Danny. Let's develop this cure for Alzheimer's. And click. Okay, that's... Congratulations, you did it. Okay, that was pretty easy. Roscoe gets the band their first gig with Loretta, and people are digging it. Loretta kills it, dude. The audience is loving it. Yo, holy shit, okay, that was sick. That was awesome. Now turn into a plane. Turn into a plane. Oh. The next day, Roscoe's doing an experiment where he's taking pictures of Loretta to see if she can actually show up on camera or if she'll just look like a TV screen kinda. And bad news, she just kinda looks like a TV screen. She looks all like warbly with lines all in her, and you can tell that she's not a real person when you look at pictures of her, which sort of makes Loretta start to have a little bit of an existential crisis. She seems like she gets kind of sad that she's not real. She'll never feel like human feelings.
Why am I here?
The Zetabytes need a new lead singer.
One thing that they did that I don't think that they needed to do was make Loretta sound kind of like robotic when she talks.
You like the rain?
I don't know. It only happens outside. I can't go outside.
Because when she's on stage, she like sings exactly like a normal person would. She's very expressive. Her voice has a lot of emotion in it. But then for some reason, the second she gets off stage, she's just like, I am a robot. This performance was at their high school, and it went so well, in fact, that one of Roscoe's friends tries to get Roscoe to hook him up with Loretta.
You gotta set me up with Loretta.
And he wants to go on a date with her so bad that he threatens to have Roscoe's dad fired.
Hey, too bad about your dad, by the way. My dad? What happened to my dad? Between you and me, my mom's been talking about shutting down his project, not enough results. Why? When? I don't know. I could talk to her, get him out of the penalty box. That is, you help me.
I mean, holy shit, dude, what a savage thing to do. Threaten to have someone's dad fired if you don't get one date with a pretty girl. And also, I have a sneaking suspicion that the mom wouldn't actually do this, but holy shit, what kind of weird-ass mom would that be? Imagine getting fired and you're like, what did I do? I did everything you asked. I created like a photorealistic hologram with impeccable artificial intelligence. This has so many implications. What did I do wrong? And your boss is like, you did everything just fine. Unfortunately, it was the boy. Your silly little son wouldn't let my darling boy go steady with his mysterious, highly acrobatic friend. I also forgot to mention that there is a bit of a love triangle going on here. You see, Sam, she kind of has a thing for Roscoe, and Roscoe like maybe has a thing for Sam back, but also just kind of wants to stay friends. But then he's also created Loretta the hologram, who is like perfect in every way, and it almost seems like Roscoe is starting to fall for this hologram, just like his friend apparently. And this makes Sam very jealous, not too happy, which causes her and Loretta to have quite a few unpleasant interactions.
You don't know everything.
Yes, I do.
Okay, maybe you do, but you don't understand any of it. You could know what a baby is, but you've never been one. You can know every type of bicycle, but you've never fallen off one and scraped your knee.
You could know every type of airplane, but you still won't turn into one. Why won't you turn into an airplane? It would be so sick.
She's not even real. She's just a trick of light.
And you're nothing but water and a few pounds of chemicals. Maybe a few more pounds than you really need.
What? Oh my god, dude, this robot is so mean. Why would she be mean? Why would that be something that's programmed into her? Why is she programmed to do anything except sing and dance? Did Roscoe program this hologram to be mean on purpose? Okay. I've got a very limited amount of time. I need to program this hologram to do everything that a pop star needs to do, which should be pretty easy because pop stars really don't have to do that much. All she's gonna have to do is she's gonna have to know how to sing and dance and be mean to me and be really mean to me, degrade me, fucking make me feel like shit and embarrass me in front of all my friends. That would be so hot, or I mean, that would be a really good pop star thing for her to do.
Loretta, I am so sorry.
That's okay. I've been enjoying the rain. It must be wonderful
What?
to feel the rain.
Oh man, this is kind of sad. She's sad because she knows she'll never be a human. She'll never get to feel the rain on her skin. She'll never get to feel any human emotions. Damn, I would feel bad for her if she wasn't so fucking mean. You are so mean, Loretta. And also, you are a robot with no emotions, so you're probably not even actually sad. And touching rain is not even that fun, so pick something else to be jealous about. The next day, Sam goes into Roscoe's dad's office and finds some stuff that, she doesn't really like.
Save me. Please. Save me. Please. Save me.
What was that screensaver? They just glossed over that so fast. The screensaver on their computer is Roscoe as a spider eating his dad, who's a little fly on his web. And then when it cuts away from the computer, you hear Roscoe's dad get eaten. I'm so confused about that. Whose computer is this? I'm pretty sure it's Roscoe's dad, right? Did Roscoe make a screensaver of him murdering his dad? Does Roscoe's dad see his son as a threat? Is one of them auditioning for Spider-Man? I'm so confused.
Some gene pool Roscoe gave you.
So in a lot of ways, this movie is similar to How to Build a Better Boy. Because in that one, just like in this one, they design like the perfect specimen, the perfect boy or the perfect girl. But for some reason, this movie, the way that they do it seems a lot creepier, I feel like. Like instead of what they do in How to Build a Better Boy, where they just sort of like list vague characteristics they want the boy to have, like this color hair or this color eyes. Roscoe is actually like taking body parts from different real women and like cobbling them together into a perfect lady. I feel like there's definitely a difference between like, I just love a man with brown eyes, and being like, I will create a female with your skin and your toes. Also, this was like sort of a plot point earlier, but Roscoe didn't want his dad to find out about the hologram. He didn't want him to know that he was using it to make this pop star. So why did he just like hide all of these pictures on the desk where his dad works? He just had all of the pictures stuffed in this manila folder right next to the computer.
Hey, son, are you by any chance using my computer to make a human woman hologram?
Huh? What? No.
Are you sure? Because I found this manila folder at my computer that has like a bunch of pictures of blonde women in it with circles around different parts of their body.
Oh, yeah. That's just, that was just homework for math.
They're making you study white women in math class?
Yeah, it's part of the Pythagorean theorem.
There's notes on a lot of these pictures. This one says this chin will go great on my hologram.
Oh, wait. Oh, those pictures. Oh.
Why do you sound so surprised?
Those are for my cat hologram.
So this human woman's chin is gonna go on your cat hologram?
Yes, Dad. Actually, it is. Is that so hard to believe? I want my cat to look good, okay? I want him to have a nice chin, a nice ladylike human chin. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've told you all this before, actually, but you were so busy on your work phone that you must not have heard me. You know, all you do is work. Do you know that? You never pay attention to me. Or my cat.
Well, son, you never held me as a child, Dad. You were always too busy working. I don't think you've ever even hugged me. You know what, son? You're right. I've been too distracted with work. You know what? Let me drop everything I'm doing right now and let's do something together, father and son. How about we work on this human-chinned cat you've been working on?
Wow, do you really mean it?
I sure do, son. Also, I saw that screensaver you made of you eating me, and I'm kind of worried you're planning to murder me in my sleep. I was. You know what, buddy? Bring it in. Let's have a hug. I'd love to.
What the hell? Dad, you're a hologram?
What? No, I just have weak knees.
Dad, I'm not dumb.
No, really, dude, I just have weak baby knees. I swear to God, I wouldn't play about this type of shit.
Dad, it's okay. I don't care if you're a hologram, all right? You're still my dad. Now, come on, let's forget all about this.
I'm sorry, this is too awkward. I gotta go.
What? Go where? What? Dad! 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 Hell yeah, dude. I told you it'd be sick if they turned into airplanes. We get to see Loretta and the band performing again. This time they're singing a kind of a sad song about wishing a boy would notice them, which, you know, is kind of thematically relevant. She ends the performance with a double backflip off of a stool. The flips are honestly one of my favorite parts of this movie. They're so over the top, especially in this performance. They're so out of place. Like, this song is a sad song about being like, oh, my crush will never notice me. And then she just does like this impossible feat of acrobatics. It does not fit the vibe of the song at all. Actually, during this performance though, there's like news trucks outside because they're so excited about Loretta or whatever. And one of the satellites on the news truck falls and I guess points at Loretta, which interferes with her signal. And then it starts playing the news on her. Which is pretty silly. I like that. That's a funny little thing to have happen. I am confused though, because if we're to believe how they explained the technology before, this should be permanent now that Loretta is like this. Because when she lost her hand before, it stayed lost. Now she is the newsman for a second. So she should be the newsman forever now, right? Isn't that how this works? Then they get discovered by a talent agent.
Mr. Giles, it's me, Daryl.
Well, you must have found something if you're calling so late.
Only, Hearthstone's next media sensation. Yeah, listen to this.
This sounds like shit. It's just people cheering. It's not even music. Since this little bit of interference happens though, it makes everyone realize that Loretta is a hologram, which people didn't know before. And from there, Loretta blows up, dude. Everyone's obsessed with her. They get discovered by this talent agent. She ends up on TV, which apparently is okay. She can be on TV. I don't know why they had the scene of Roscoe taking pictures of her before. If they were just gonna throw that whole bit out the window because she is on TV now and she looks fine. And everything seems like it's going great for Loretta and the band. And they even start to record an album.
Take a good look, because that is the future of the music industry. A month from now, every teenager in America is gonna want to be just like her. Smart, talented, high resolution.
Album title.
That actor looked like he wasn't paying attention at all until it was his turn to say a line. He looked like he was just like spaced out until it was his turn to say something clever.
Take care of my girl, Roscoe.
Your girl?
Your girl?
She's mine!
Then there's this whole scene where Loretta and Roscoe have a big argument.
You always want to change me. Why am I never good enough for you?
And it ends with her getting so mad that she uploads herself to the net. She straight up goes into the World Wide Web and she's gone. And then Roscoe can't find her. Inside the internet, it is very weird. That whole scene is like a fever dream. There's a search engine that's just like a guy in a car going around. Okay, so now we're starting to approach the end of the movie. The band has a big show coming up, but they still can't find Loretta because she's busy in the net.
Virus alert, virus alert.
What?
So they dress Sam up as Loretta to be the lead singer. For some reason, no one really seems to notice. But Sam gets a little too carried away with the dance moves and ends up dancing her way into a coma. Damn. I guess the microphone from earlier was right. She really did suck at dancing. The end of the movie is so strange. Loretta finally shows up after being gone for a while. She sees that Sam is in a coma, and she sees that there's wires attached to her brain because they're monitoring her. And she says, wait a minute, I can fix Sam. I can just go into her brain and fix the coma.
Loretta, no. It's not a computer. If you go in there, you can't come out. Loretta, no!
And she ends up going in there and then taking over Sam's mind.
She's waking up.
Hi, Roscoe.
Loretta?
Super creepy concept and makes Loretta seem like evil. Oh my god, Sam, you're okay. I'm alive! Yeah, this movie kind of turns into like a horror movie for a second. Even when Loretta is in Sam's mind, it's all dark and scary, and Sam is in there, she's all sad. I guess that's why she's in a coma. She's too sad in her brain. I don't know if that's how they think comas work. The doctor's just like, unfortunately, her fall made her a little bit too sad inside her brain, so she can't come out now. It turns out Loretta just wanted to go and touch the rain in Sam's body, and then she gives her body back to Sam. And then that's kind of the end of the movie. Sam is back, she's happy, they're all free to go back to their normal lives, except Loretta, who never came back out of Sam's brain. And so, like, we're not really sure where she is. And then she shows up at the very end looking like a Force ghost from Star Wars. Anyway, that's the end of the movie. So now it's time to talk about our sponsor, Current. But unfortunately, I'm a little busy today, so I can't do the ad read. But lucky for you guys, I just finished developing my first hologram. His name is Tiny Danny, and he's gonna be doing the ad read for me. So, Tiny Danny, how about you tell these folks about Current?
Hey guys, I'm Tiny Danny. I'm a little hologram that's just like Danny, except I'm tiny. No bigger than a tiny little stick of gum. But unlike other holograms you might have seen, I wasn't programmed to argue or be mean or even to sing and dance. But I was programmed to know a good opportunity when I see one. That's why I'm so excited that this video is sponsored by Current, because Current is giving you guys the opportunity to win $500. If you don't know what Current is, it's banking entirely on your phone. You can get paid, request money, send money to friends. You also get a Visa debit card. This is mine, or rather this is an exact replica of Danny's, because I am a hologram, so this is also a hologram, but the real one looks just like this. And one of my favorite things about Current sponsorships is it means we get to give back to you. Like I said, they are also going to be giving away $500 to 10 people. And here's how you can win. All you have to do is sign up for Current using my link. That's current.com/tinydanny. Then you find me on Current. My username is just @DannyGonzalez. And you request $500 from me. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Seems like pretty much a win-win to me. It's free and you can win money, so why not? So thank you to Current again for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Current. And now I have to go stick my head out a window, thus decapitating myself. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Tiny Danny. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my fan base here on YouTube, but it's more than just a fan base, you know? It's a family, and it is an army. So Keep that in mind when you hit the subscribe button and the notification button. You are technically and legally joining an army, but I mean, we probably won't go to war against anyone. But don't worry about that. Most Gregs have never even seen combat yet. So if you want to join Greg, just subscribe and turn on my notifications, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. This video is over now. Go find something else to watch, or just watch this video. I know we had a lot of fun, but you can't stay on this end screen forever. No. This video is over now. So why are you still watching this?